All right. Welcome, everybody, to Seas of Sand. It feels like it's been a year. It hasn't, but it does feel like that. It really hasn't been actually that long, but it does feel like a long time. Um, I think what it is having both Silver Song and Whispers in the Woods. It feels like they've like done a whole bunch of stuff, which makes the time period feel longer. But yeah, finally we're back with some changes. We've had to shake up the roster a little bit, which is perfectly fine. Um, so now that everything is back in order, we're all good to go again. So we got a little bit of a recap here in the chat if you want to read it. But long story short, and if there's any parts that you guys want to fill in as I go, feel free to step in and add something. If I leave out something that you felt was important that I maybe don't think was as important, feel free to jump in. But essentially, the party arrived in the desert city of Al Zahar on the coast of Zul'Gurant, and from there, did you guys doodle on this map? No. Wow, you guys have some catching up to do. There you go. Much better. To the coastal city of Al Zahar, where they each had their own reasons for being there. But soon found that they had to fall in with one another to attempt to make it anywhere in this city, as the city moves fast and reputation is everything. So they attempted early on to essentially find a place to stay. This isn't Carcassonne. They attempted to find a place to stay in the embassy. And to get a place in the embassy, they needed to have a bit of a reputation, someone to vouch for them. So they sought out a foreign legion of the Royal Rangers of Averlin in the city. It should be quiet. It's just sound effects. It's not actual music. And I just don't like dead sounds, so that's why I turn it on. But after speaking a little bit with the Rangers, the Ranger captain had a job for them. She needed someone to listen in on a conversation, but couldn't do it herself because the people she needed to listen in on might have known their faces. And after agreeing to do so and listening in, they ended up learning a little bit about rumors of a cult in the city. And so they reported that back to the ranger, who appreciated the effort and agreed to sign the vouch for them. And so they were able to stay in the embassy. The rangers also offered that if they were looking for work, which they were, that she had a job that needed doing. And that job involved essentially infiltrating a group of smugglers in the slums of the city called the Southwall Scurriers, and trying to ascertain exactly what the group of smugglers may know about said cult, as it was a group of the Scurriers who they were listening into earlier on. So after listening in on, or after managing to decently infiltrate the Scurriers informed them that down in the sewers below the city, there was something kind of changing. The Scurriers used the sewers as their method of smuggling, and so they noticed that something else had sort of taken up shop in the sewers. Um, why do you say that? And after the Scurriers wanted them to. Okay, that's good. I thought it would just maybe a negative thing, but am I talking too much? So after doing a bit of investigation in the sewers on behalf of both the Scurriers and the Rangers, because the Scurriers wanted the cult out of their sewers so that they could continue to smuggle, they found an old aqueduct that had been kind of buried under the city and turned into a sewer. And there were some statues within said aqueduct that seemed to be Yuan Ti of origin. But the party decided to, as they had fought some stuff earlier, that they were not in a condition to press on, and turned around and went back for the day. And wrapped up a few more things in town. So they still have more to do in the sewers, but where we're at right now, because we had to sort of shift a few things and transition into a little bit of a different, I guess, timeline, we've decided to take wherever they were in the last session and jump back to nighttime. So whatever they were up to before, which was essentially they were down in the slums talking to people at the clinic. It came to nighttime, and the two of them decided to head back to the embassy and go to sleep. And does anybody have anything else to add? Was there anything important I missed? I skipped over the stuff that doesn't matter. You guys were being so quiet. Thought you might have left the call. I do need you to talk though, because I need to balance the audio.
Sorry.
Oh man,
I'm doing actual important things, talking to my roommate right now. No, no, I'm just kidding. My full attention is on this.
All right. So where we return, we're going to return at the morning in the embassy to streamline things. Who's the... Yeah, that was Soot's like a little bit of background noise there, just so you're aware.
It's my fan. It's my fan.
I
see.
knew it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just sit and sweat and suffer like a normal
I would die. I think.
And
I'm
It's
moving
very
my fan
hot.
farther away from me, but it is like 90 degrees where I'm at right now, and there's no AC in my basement, so y'all are gonna have to listen to found background noise.
You could change yourself to push to talk if you need to.
I could,
No.
but I just pushed my fan away, if that helps.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to the embassy, shall we? The map did not load. That's fun. Well, that's a new one. Cool prank. Love that. Okay, cool. Thank you. Much better. All right.
My internet just decided to off itself, so I have to
I
to
see.
restart my internet. The benefits of having a tiny internet box that breaks occasionally.
Well, do you need another second, or are we good to go?
You guys can start. I probably won't be able to move my mans around. for
I
a
will move you
second.
around if you need to.
Okay. Got it.
But we return as it rolls around to morning in the embassy, and sunlight begins to stream through the windows. You feel the temperature begin to raise, and can hear the occasional footsteps outside of your rooms of various people bustling to and fro in the embassy. And whenever you wish to awake, you may. But as each of you awaken, you notice an absence of the companions who have aided you in the past. All good?
Yeah, okay. My
Yeah.
roll 20 is loaded now. Great. Alright.
Oh, I can see the little arrows of death. around
Where?
them there. On the roll
Where?
20, you have like the
Oh.
spinning arrows. Anyway, what are we
can
doing,
move
Jay?
them. Getting up. We're waking
Oh,
up. We just go back to sleep.
I mean, oh god, I shit.
What did you do?
Alright.
Where are you?
It's
Bobella? Bobella?
okay. I'm
dead.
also gone. Uh,
Sometimes it's kind of like running a daycare.
isn't it? Isn't it just?
This is a fun daycare. We have fun here.
All right.
Promise.
So you pull yourself from your bed. Your things are where you left them, at the foot of your bed.
Is there a sack of gold, perhaps?
No, there's your money.
God, that was at least 100 gold between the two of them. Anyway, I'm fine.
And it belonged to them.
Well,
Jay's like, you cannot have their money. You can't.
oh, the adventurer girl isn't here either. Interesting. What time is it? Did you say about morning?
9 o'clock in the mornings.
If it's like 9 a.m., Cecilia is like dead. He's not awake. What am I doing?
Thank God. I have
need
to
to
get
get
back
back
into
in
her.
bed.
I have to get back into her accent. Oh God. Can we
You're
do
gonna
sis
have
right
to wake
now?
him
Can we
up.
do
He's-
sis right now?
He is literally
fuck.
asleep.
All right, we'll just
Alright.
sleep RP for 4 more hours.
Yeah,
That's what this
and
stream
then,
is going to be, everybody.
Yeah.
Apologies if you showed up hoping to watch D&D, but this is sleep RP.
It is actually RP of Cecilia dreaming about just sleeping. That's all he dreams about. Is just more sleep.
Oh, Bella's just gonna stand there. And then, after like a minute of just staring down at him, she's just gonna like bring her foot up and kick the bed.
God,
Not him, like the bed frame.
the bed fucking breaks.
Yeah, she like she crushes it under the weight of her foot.
He does not wake up. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, a loud thump rattles you out of your sleep, Cecilia.
Oh my god, what the fuck? What are you,
Did
what are you
you
doing in here?
did you hear Rindrov leave?
No. Is he gone?
He's not here anymore, and neither is. Oh no! I'm blanking. Neither is
Fallon.
Fallon. No, I remembered. It's been a minute. I got nervous.
Okay.
I was like, how do you pronounce it?
They seem to have packed up their things and are have cleared out.
Damn it. Does
God damn it!
that
Now
mean
there's somebody out there who knows what I look like.
you're worried about that? I'm worried
My
about having to
reputation!
put. I'm worried about having to put the beds back where they were.
Just leave them. It's
you know what?
not
I
that
think
big of
that
a deal.
I'm going to.
I
I'm
can
too
help you
big.
if you want.
I'm too big to sleep in. a
Hold
single
on,
bed by myself.
Sits. As you argue slightly with Valbella and then creak the door back open to your room. You see Consular Tiriki at the front desk, and he's now speaking with somebody. And you sort of overhear a bit of the conversation. They're not really trying to whisper. But Tiriki is basically saying, yes, I don't know why you're looking for them, but they tend to sleep in. So I'm afraid you're going to have to wait at least several hours before you can speak with them.
Well, that was good.
All fine by me. I have time.
Balbella's gonna turn to Sitz and go, "Oh fuck, do you think that our crimes caught up with us?"
We're
My
still getting.
crimes never catch up with me. Ever.
Do you think that we can get out through the bathroom?
No.
As the door opens, Lynette, you can see the two of them just sort of kind of stop, and they're looking at each other and just kind of whispering
Bella
back and
is
forth.
Curled. She's curled up because she's in the doorway.
Let's go.
One of them, the one that's on your right, Lynette, matches the description that you were looking for.
Well, Chow over there. You're up early.
Ah. Go back inside.
Balbella's gonna, she's gonna slam the door shut.
What do we do? What do we do?
Sitsulu, what do you do?
Lynette, Tiriki pipes up. They are odd, to say the least.
That's an understatement, boyo.
Yeah.
Should we?
He can't put.
Should we put a bed in front of the door?
Listen, we don't know what she's here for. I've never seen somebody like her before. Listen, nothing can. If she knows anything about me, I have to get out of here. She can't.
He knows anything about either of us. We are fucked.
Santa Maduration shall help me.
Should
Oh
we
my
put a
God.
bed in front of the door?
Should we jump out of a window?
Should I get in my
Hello?
Should
We're inside the room
nobody's
right now. No, we're not here. We're not here.
I don't think that's true.
Oh my God.
No, nobody is home. Sorry.
I can't do an accent. I'm just gonna go. God.
Cecilia, get the treasure chest and put it in front of the door.
Okay, I'll grab the treasure chest and try to put it in front of the door.
All right, frail boy. You hear Lynette, you hear a very loud scraping noise as the chest is dragged across the ground slowly.
She can't enter the room with us without us opening the door, right? That's how that works, right? She needs like a oh god, what? Cecilia, what do we do?
Lynette, the doors swing outwards.
Do we know that? I feel like at this
Yes.
moment in time we wouldn't remember that they go out. I feel like we wouldn't remember that that's a thing.
Isn't one of the doors literally? Okay, no, none of them are open. So, okay,
Yeah.
we're good. She's gonna slowly turn her head. Oh my gosh, Sophie Verholm! That's surprising to me.
Goodness. Look, I am here on behalf of the Merchant Prince. I hear your investigation could help me.
Oh god, Fishfort.
Hey, didn't you wait, Valbella, you didn't weren't you rude to him that one time?
Okay, I feel like you weren't
This is
even
not-
there.
This is not going. Yeah, but she told us
So,
about it.
First of all, I think it was like mutual. Anyway,
Valbella, I can't go to prison. I can't go back to
you
jail.
think that I can go to prison?
I can't go back to jail.
Go back? What? Anyway,
We'll talk about this later.
which investigation?
Are there multiple?
Yes, there are multiple. Which one are you talking about?
Yes.
Well, I'm supposed to be looking into the disappearance of a merchant. A Leandro Alhana.
Oh fuck, was he tied to the dude in the fucking... Oh jeez. Child father help me.
Was he the guy that That's well,
You both rack
Which
your
ghost?
brains. You have not met a Leandro.
yeah.
we-
We don't know this guy.
I've not a clue who that is.
Well, the merchant print thought you're. I heard something about a cult that might be related.
We are investigating that.
The cult is correct.
You
That
should
is true.
You should come inside.
We
I-
viciously beat
Invite
her
her.
up.
Yeah, we just drag her into the room.
I think it'd be better to talk about this at a tavern.
No.
Oh,
Fine. Fine.
Okay,
As long
okay,
as
but
I don't
listen.
have to pay, I have no money. No, I'm just kidding. I do have money.
okay, but listen,
feel like we should
tavern works out better for us because if she tries to do anything, bar fight and fucking leave.
Well, Bella, do you really think I could hold myself in a bar fight?
Who says that? We have
Actually,
to
the
be
answer
part
is
of it?
yes. That was sarcastic.
But
Anyway.
who says that we have to be part of it? We started and we leave.
I'm right here, you know.
No, you can't hear us. No,
No.
no.
Where are we going exactly? Which one do
The
you want to head to?
tavern.
Yeah, but there's like, well, there's a restaurant and then there's this tavern. So.
With the tavern, the one that we always go.
Oh, okay.
The one with the
Yeah,
dude
no,
who
I know,
has.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
Your
just
pick,
say-
I insist.
your pay, I insist.
Oh, Bella, I'm getting vibes. They're not bad. I'm a little confused.
Little
but it's
curious,
fine.
little strange.
Little curious. Little
Yeah.
curious.
Don't worry,
I'm Lunette, by the way.
Oh,
You don't get to know what my name is.
and
I'm just
neither
kidding.
mine.
No, I'm just joking.
Well, this one has said your name multiple times. So.
That's right. Fact. Okay, moving on swiftly.
Make your way
Wait,
out
wait.
of the embassy. Now a group of 3, and walks next to the massive pyre that never goes out. And
Making it my mission to make this go out one day,
Oh my god,
just
don't
to
do
see
that.
what would happen.
just
That's a bad idea.
Reverse arson.
Oh, what have I gotten myself into?
Hell. It's not too late to get out.
Yeah, you can just walk away.
Walk away.
My god, I can't do this.
you weave your way down the side streets, making your way towards the harbor ward, where the tavern where you last ate was located.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm just kidding. I don't even know how much money I have.
I think that I
I have
currently
I have a
like,
decent amount. It's not
Yeah,
a
I think-
lot, but it's
I think
okay.
we have a decent amount because Anlin
Oh yeah.
she paid,
I have
she
a- I
paid
have-
us
I have
down
some.
payment on something.
Yeah, I have some. Not a
You know,
lot,
you guys
but
can
some.
check, right?
Yeah,
There's an easy
Yeah,
way
no,
to check.
I
Okay.
just looked.
I did.
Compared to how much money my other character has. this
Where's
is
my
not a
roll
lot.
20? Oh, we haven't loaded in yet.
All right. So you make your way, arguing about cash as you walk down the streets into the harbor ward. Eventually, you can hear the creaking of ships and the flapping of sails as you arrive.
We still
Lunette.
don't know this, ladies. Anyway.
Your 2 new companions arguing about money for the most part. Cecilio, as you're walking,
Yes.
with Lunette in tow, the 2 of you are sort of back and forth whispering about the amount of gold you may have on you and whether or not you're able to afford
A man falls out of
a
the
breakfast.
squid.
And
It's a squid man.
as you're walking, Cecilia, you feel something catch one of the toes of one of your boots.
Did somebody say toes?
Please stop.
And momentum carries you forward, and you find yourself face planting into a box of octopus.
Oh my god.
No.
This is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me ever.
And
Oh my god.
upon looking down to examine what you may have tripped over, you notice that it was in fact the leg of a man who looks incredibly dead.
Oh my god! Dead body!
Setsuli, did you kill him? Oh my god, you killed
I just touched him! How could I have killed him?
Setsuli,
Oh my god, okay,
you
hold on,
literally
hold
came
on.
with
No,
the-
stay back, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll reach down and I wanna, like, just very, very hesitantly, just, like, smack the top of his head, just, like, once.
Yeah, you kind of poke and prod at him a little bit. He doesn't seem to really be moving. If he's not dead, he's certainly unconscious.
Oh my god, am
Oh
I
my
going to...
Just a
Okay, hold
little.
on, move, get out of the way, get out of the
Okay,
way.
okay, hold on.
Okay,
Ew, I
okay.
smell like fucking octopus now.
Guys,
God damn it.
that is the least of our concerns right now.
Valbella, this octopus smell is forever. Dead bodies are only temporary.
Please do not get yourselves arrested already. It would be very inconvenient for me.
Oh my god.
It's also
Okay.
my fault, okay?
Inconvenient for you?
Yes.
Oh,
Listen,
Okay, okay.
listen. I don't touch people and kill them. That's not my thing. It only happened once, okay? It didn't happen.
It's only happened once. Okay, yeah, sure. Sorry, I have to take a long rest. LMAO.
You just
Forgot
did
to do
take.
that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do it whenever.
Yeah, on your
you
character
told us
sheet.
to.
Well,
Yeah,
perfect.
Because I didn't have any lay on hands. LMAO. Anyway. Okay. Evil. As an action, you can touch a creature.
Oh my god, you have to read the
Well,
you have
it's
to
fine.
read the spell description.
To be fair, we need a
it-
little bit of review.
It
been a while.
does two different things.
Exactly.
If I use half of it, I can cure a disease or poison. Or if I use any number of it, I restore that HP. So I'm just gonna use 1, 2. Yeah, I'll use
good
2
number.
of my lay on hands pool.
All right. You place your hands on the body of the unconscious man and channel your healing energy into the man. And you see, as you begin to heal him, a slight little kind of twitching, and then his head begins to move, and he sort of rolls over and sits up slightly with a gentle cough.
Oh my god, he's not dead. Okay.
What?
Can I smack you? No, I'm just kidding.
Are
Hello?
you conscious?
Who are you?
I could be asking the same question of you, but
Why are you
since
dead?
you asked me, you can't just ask people that.
Listen, he made me trip into a box of octopus. I can ask him whatever the fuck I want.
Yes, because that is his fault. I'm
It-
sure.
Literally, it is his fault. He decided to die in the middle of an alleyway where I could easily trip on him and fall into a box of octopus.
not
And
even
here
an
we are.
I
alleyway.
absolutely did
It's-
not die.
But you're moving. He tripped
I
like
smacked
full
you,
body.
and you were not responsive at all. So dead.
I was taking a little rest.
I don't. I think. Okay, you
Oh,
know
God.
what? I've dealt with far too much in literally the last like 4 days.
Like,
I'm gonna believe him on this
you
one.
know what? We've seen a lot of colorful characters recently. I'm gonna help him up.
Valbella, you can make a medicine check if you want to figure out what exactly was going on there.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Medicine time.
You just stare at him really hard.
I
until you
got
figure it
an
out.
18.
Oh yeah, there is probably another suit and Val somewhere here. Right.
Probably at the bottom.
Yeah, it's at the.
Yeah.
They're dead now.
Thanks, Lynette. You sort of examine the man as he's kind of sitting next to this crate, trying to figure out exactly what may have occurred that rendered him in the situation that he was in. He appears kind of flustered slightly, a little bit of sweat, and you actually kind of recognize it a little bit. It looks probably pretty similar to how you looked when you first got here, Valbella. It definitely was heat related.
God. You're from the north, aren't you?
Ew, another northerner. Get the fuck
Hey.
Be careful. Okay, so big thing that I learned very quickly as soon as I got here: layers are not your friend. They are not. They're out to kill you in cold blood. I suggest not doing what I am doing and wearing like light layers, light clothes. I'm sure we can help you find some clothes if you want to tag along. But God, Wild Father above, do not wear warm clothes. You will
But-
die.
Sounds like a
Well,
improv.
but what about when it snows?
It does not snow. Here it is too warm. Too warm.
Bro, you northerners are stupid.
Have you ever seen it snow in the desert?
Yes. No, actually
Here?
not in the desert. I've seen snow before. I'm just
Yep, exact. Shut up. Shut up.
you shut
Shut-
up.
shut
What
up.
the hell?
Kekavana, I thought I
No,
was
listen.
talkative.
I tripped on him, so therefore
Yeah, and your
I
shoe
can
was
say
really
whatever.
hard.
Okay.
yeah,
can-
they have
It
can-
was
steel
quite
toes.
rude of you.
Anyway,
Ex-
I'll help him up.
Lunette, you think that heat exhaustion?
hey, I'm helping him up.
Oh my god.
Actually, no, I'll
Okay.
pick him up and throw him in the squid. No, I'm
We
kidding.
are going to the tavern with Lunette.
Did she,
Lunette.
oh, she introduced herself to us. Okay, I was gonna say.
Yes. You're welcome to join us. You don't have to, but you're welcome to.
Mm,
I sup-
Ezekiel, actually, before you speak, Ezekiel, as you're kind of being helped up by Cecilia, you feel a bit of a throbbing in your head. You're feeling very dehydrated.
I think I could use a drink.
Perfect. Let's go.
Great.
Cecilio.
I hope you have money, because I'm not paying.
He's a dick. Don't listen to him.
I agree, and I've only
I-
known him for a few minutes.
You make
If the merchant isn't looking at me, I side eye him because he robs people. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't rob people, but he does
If you
scam.
give him puppy dog eyes, I say this to both of them, he will buy you whatever you want.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I did not do that.
come, both of you. Let's go.
God, I wish I didn't smell like fucking octopus right
Oh,
now.
If
the
it is
better
that
down
much of
there.
a... Huh? What?
Where's the
I
tail?
said, so the better downs, eh?
Are you walking with us or are you talking to...
Talking.
It's very laggy for me. You guys are standing still.
Oh,
I'm literally at the tavern.
yeah. Oh, yes. I come from the Barrow Downs. I assume that... Yeah.
My thing is like being glitchy. I am sorry.
I'll
Oh,
move
no,
you
it's
along.
okay.
If you're ever freezing or need to reload or anything like that, just let me know and ask me to move you and just say what you're doing, and I can do that if you ever need it.
I come from the Barrow Downs. I don't know where he comes from, but I would assume also the Barrow Downs.
I loved my time up there. It was very nice.
Barbara kind of turns to her and she goes, "It was nice. Where did you stay?"
Fuck, I don't have the world envelope, and I forgot
Oh
the
my
name of that city.
Torture
s-
time.
The city I believe you are looking for is called Sonnerheim.
Yeah, it's Sonnerheim.
Oh, the big like capital. Oh,
Yes.
okay, that makes sense.
The springs were quite nice.
Oh, those things. Very scary as a child. They can be nice though. What about
had-
you, Ezekiel? Where do you come from? Oh wait, he didn't tell us his name, did he?
Yeah,
no,
no.
he did not.
You guys didn't
Uh,
ask, rather.
Yeah,
be
no, we
fair.
don't care about what this man
Where do you come? Point.
Small village up north.
What is the name?
I don't know the name. I'm gonna be honest.
Good talk.
A small settlement outside Mossville.
Yeah.
Would Valbella know about Mossville? Probably not.
You're a little isolated, Valbella.
Li-
I like how
Little,
they're both
little.
isolated, so they don't know
Val?
jack. My Jesus, my whole 20 decided that
We
it was
going in,
not
boys.
gonna work.
Sometimes it's hard to tell if I'm lagging or if everyone's just being very quiet.
You arrive in
Actually,
front
we
of
never shut
the
up, so-
Sleeping Scorpion, the old tavern in the harbor ward, and make your way inside. I mean, delete the old version. So yeah, there you go. Okay, there we go. And the door unlocked. You make your way inside.
What if it was locked and he like was not not open?
It's a quiet morning in the tavern. They don't get too much business in the early hours.
Valbella stares longingly at the stage.
I smack her in the back of the head. Gay.
You fucking asshole.
Like I could even reach, honestly.
Honestly.
He has to jump to smack the back of her head.
Behind the counter, the
I like
tavern
these
keeper, Asnugul, looks towards you and says, good morning to you. Was there something you wanted? Food and drink? I see you have 2 new companions with you.
We
Anything,
are surprised about that as well.
anything to eat or drink for you as well? We have
I
a
would
new.
like a water, please.
We also have a new breakfast recipe, by the way.
Oh, I wonder what it is.
Say, would you happen to have donuts around here? I loved them up in the Barrow Downs.
Donut. You guys taught him.
Circular thing.
We
How many things did you guys teach this guy? I actually forget.
invented it. No, we invented them the
invented-
last time. We
Yeah,
did
We
invent them.
invented-
Okay, you definitely did, right? Okay, good.
Well, we didn't
No, we
invent them,
didn't.
but like we taught him how
We
to,
invented them here.
Okay,
in
You
his
tried
mind.
to. You
We
tried
told
to.
him how to.
gotcha.
In, like,
Thank you.
a very
We gave him the
fashion.
recipe for pancakes.
So he doesn't
Yeah,
make
and
that was
pancakes,
what I
he
was
does
trying to
make
remember.
donuts.
I knew pancakes, but I was trying to remember if you'd given him donuts as well.
We
But
gave
thank you
him
for reminding.
donuts.
Perfect. Actually, I do have donuts. These folk on the left of you, they taught me the recipe.
Yeah, we're
I can-
cool like that.
Yeah, we
lovely.
did.
Yeah.
Can make some
We're very
donuts for you.
attractive.
As I understand, this is traditional breakfast in the north, right? He looks at you, Valhalla.
Yeah, at least where I come from. It was also common in Sonnerheim, I think.
Indeed.
Very well. I
That was
will
where...
make some donuts for you if you wish. Would you like
Just one for
anything?
me.
Did you say water?
Yeah.
Very good. All right, I'll get you a water in just a moment. And he makes himself busy behind the counter.
Valbella, what if I just like ordered an ale right now? I think that would be pretty cool.
Hearth and home style.
Yeah,
It would be nice if you
yeah.
could keep a clear head for at least a little bit.
Here is your water, sir. So as Asnugul busies himself, beginning to cook a breakfast for you all, the tavern itself sort of falls into silence, and you have a moment to speak. Or not.
Talk about this in front of the
So-
bartender.
Should we... I feel like we should get his name.
No,
Okay.
I don't care about.
Okay.
Actually, I would like to know.
Yeah, no, he just never tells.
Sorry. My name is Ezekiel. What are you guys' names?
I'm Lunette. Piacere di conoscere, friend.
Oh my god, shut up. Anyway, I'm Sitsulio.
He's
This
a
is
dick. I
Valbella.
am Valbella.
Yeah. You should hate her. She's an asshole.
I would
See?
disagree so far.
Thank you, Lynette. That means a lot to me.
Your donuts,
Being as
man.
Based Lunette.
Based.
As Nugul serves you your breakfast.
I was gonna say, did he only give donuts to Lunette, or like, do we just sit?
I mean,
Well,
if you want some.
I
If you
didn't
want some.
ask for
I
anything.
didn't order any, so. I was gonna say.
Exactly. So you can't expect to just get some food.
Yeah, I just ordered myself one.
Can I get a
Not
coffee?
single
You-
donut. You ordered a single donut.
I want just
How many
coffee.
donuts do you eat?
Well, usually they come in like baker's dozens, like 13. You can get 12 or
But
6.
I don't need 13 of them.
How much am I paying him for the coffee? Is this New York City rates where I have to pay him 5 gold for 1 cup of coffee?
No, just a silver piece.
Why would I want 13 donuts? So many.
I mean, you
Yeah,
don't
sure.
have to get 13 donuts. You can
Yeah,
get like
fine.
half a
So many
dozen.
donuts.
Your coffee.
Six
Are
donuts?
donuts typical desert food?
What?
I said, are donuts typical desert food?
Oh no! Like he did not even have the recipe before. I was like, "Can I have some donuts?" So, I'm going to say no. I think desert food typically, like breakfast wise, is more fruit based because they have a lot of fruit here, like a lot, and fish.
It's true, we do.
Yeah.
Mm.
See.
I do like fish.
Yeah, and like seafood based things.
But I had to get one of these. I missed them so much on the ship.
Hair flip.
If you aren't ordering anything else, then I need to clean up some of the tables on the other side of the room. If you're alright for the time being?
Go right ahead.
Yeah?
Very well. Just flag me down if you need anything.
You got it.
Gives us an opportune time to talk about.
So, Ezekim, what are you doing in El Zahar? How did you get here?
I think that is none of your business.
I mean, no, it's none of
Oh
my
my God.
business, but also I kind of healed you and maybe resuscitated
Guy's an
you a little
asshole,
bit.
I like it.
Yeah, after that guy kicked me in the face.
But I'm not that guy.
You did kick him in the face.
Lynette, you're not helping
I
me.
don't think I ever heard
Hey,
an
listen.
apology for the bruise on my
He's-
my
cheek.
god.
Okay, listen, do you want to know a funny
Hey,
story
I didn't
about
trip
him?
on your face.
and
B,
apologies?
You made me trip into fucking octopus.
I
Please.
I
think it
didn't
was
think that was his
Welker.
fault.
It wasn't his fault. Do you know it is his fault?
Oh my god, we're not talking about
We
this
are
right
going
now.
to talk
we
about
are
this.
not
We are going to talk about this right now. So he, during a battle in the sewers,
my
killed
god,
me.
I apologize for
I
that. No, I
died
didn't
a
actually. I
little
never did.
bit.
He
Sorry about
I
that.
died a little
I
bit.
never
Dude,
apologized for
go
that.
on.
But you don't. No, I'm just kidding. I healed you though, so
You don't look undead to me.
No,
she just
because
passed
somebody
out.
healed me.
Well, that's not dying.
Anyway, Ezekiel, what did you say?
Nothing.
There's
Are you
bipolar.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, what are you doing?
Uh. Well, what are you guys doing?
You literally can't
What a
respond to a
wonderful
question. With another
question. We,
question.
in fact, we were going to talk about something very
think I
important.
can.
Should we tell him about this? I feel like he's.
I
He's
feel like if he's
kind of-
going to be with us for a minute, until we
Is
can
he
find
gonna be
what
with us for a
about
minute though? He
what?
seems pretty pressed about the fact that I fell into a bit of fucking octopus because I
Where
am.
else? Okay, but where else is he going to go, realistically?
Home. Dead. wherever else that I think you should go.
Slowly, you can't just say these things.
You are not as quiet as you think.
Shut up. Shut up.
I think you guys
Oh
might
my
be very loud.
Okay,
It's true. I can hear you all the way over here.
Sorry.
We are so sorry, Nicole.
Fine. Okay. I honestly don't really care about who hears this because we don't know a lot. But essentially, we were in the sewers doing what the fuck were we in the sewers for? The something with the
Hunting.
scurriers, right? The
We were-
scurriers
For
wanted-
snails.
We
Yeah.
were
Or the
looking
snails. We were there
for
for snails too, but the scurriers were always down there. But
So that
we were
I
looking
could-
for snails, which we found. But we
see.
also found an interesting room with a lot of
Nick
weird
memorabilia.
Yeah, with a lot of like weird sculptures, and there's like a big. It was a door, right, or like a something. Was it a door? It was.
Down in the sewers, you
what was
found
it?
Yeah,
a
it was in
the
large
sewers.
stone sculpture of a serpent.
Yeah,
had
but
n-
like the thing that had the writing on it, was that a door or was
Indeed,
it? Like,
there was a stone door
Okay.
that blocked your path from progressing further into
And
the
it said
sewers, and it
draconic.
had a draconic inscription on it. That Cecilio and Val, you were both able to read, though Val, you're a little shaky on it because it was not the dialect of draconic that you were used to.
because it was Yuan-Ti dialect.
It was Yuan-Ti, correct.
Yeah.
And it says something about restoring the serpent's gift.
Yes, I wrote down exactly.
Perfect.
don't-
So you remember.
Yes.
So, Julia, I don't think that we need to bring up that it was Yuan-Ti related. It might get us in more trouble
What?
with the Lunette lady.
Oh, but I'm very interested. What was that?
More whispering!
It's restore the serpent's gifts. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say
What?
the whole the length of it,
I don't
like
know.
go ahead.
But like, what's
I'm
like,
really.
what's the
She's a little sketchy.
a little sketchy?
I'm sketchy.
We're whispering.
If you want to actually whisper without Lynette being able to hear you, you can make a stealth roll.
Oh
But
my
you are
God.
sitting
God.
right next to her.
I'll make
But
a stealth,
Bella's not technically.
I'll make a stealth roll with my +0.
Oh.
Do I have to do it with disadvantage or no?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I do.
All right, let me do a stealth roll. Hold on.
I got a very sexy 5.
Ooh,
Um,
I got a 14.
All right. Lynette gets bits and pieces here and there.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Enough to kind of
Hello.
understand that you're talking about the sewers, but not enough to fully actually understand every single word. But
I mean, she's
Like, I
curious
don't-
about. We like okay. I know that we met each other like 4 days ago, but like, we've been through a lot in 4 days.
Yeah, but like, also, but like, what specifically about the Yuan-Ti thing? Like, we should. Why aren't we telling her about that? Like, what's wrong with that?
Oh, I don't know if it's like unrelated or related or not yet.
I mean, I feel like it is related, but I don't understand like why. Like, if we are telling her, why would we
Does
need
she
to leave
need
out
to
the part
know
about
all-
the Yuan-Ti?
It's fair. Does she need to know all of the details right now?
Like, but but there's not a lot of details. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like-
that's true.
We only really know that there's, weird snake people. That I say that as a snake person. We don't really know that much.
Well, yeah,
Also,
that's
hold on, I
why
have
I'm.
to feed my cat. I'll be back.
Can you still hear?
Yes.
Okay. Phil, that's fine because like we don't exactly know all of the details yet, and if it turns out that she's not exactly trustworthy, we are going to want details that she doesn't know in case she gets in the way. But if you like, I mean, you're the closest to her. You seem to be the one telling her these things. Literally, what we tell her, up to you.
It's. I don't know. I feel like we should tell her because, like,
No, if you think that we should, then go ahead.
like I don't think that there's any details major enough that like it would compromise anything. And they're like, what's there to compromise? Like, we just kind of stumbled on it, you know.
Okay,
Nothing.
I mean, God spoke. I got fearful.
Godspeed, yeah. So I guess I'll tell her like pretty much everything. Then.
Okay, you want to summarize that?
Yeah. Let's test my memory. Fun fact. So should I tell her about the just like from the beginning or?
Just give us a brief summary of
Okay.
what the stuff is you want to tell Luna.
So essentially, through interesting means, we found out that we heard whispers of a cult, and obviously, you know, like we didn't do anything about it immediately. Because, like, why? But through some, you know, some connections here and there, hold on, I'm about to sneeze. No, I'm not. They're talking with, like, we were sent to work for the Scurriers. Not, like, we're not working with them. Like, we are working with them, but we're not, like, with them. But they sent us in the sewers to do some stuff, and we were also there to look for snails for the sick people in the, I forget what it's called, but wherever that is. And while we were down there, we found a bunch of statues. There was a giant snake statue. There were some statues of Yuan-Tis. We found a door with restore the serpent's gifts on it in Yuan-Ti dialect of Draconic. That's pretty much all we know, honestly. Like, we haven't really heard anything else. But we're assuming that's the culty part.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so why does the Merchant Prince want to know about this?
Well,
How are you
Merchant
related to him?
mysteriously went missing. But I work for the Scales, is how.
Interesting.
Like,
Apprentice, but you know.
how do we... Here's my question.
Do we trust her?
I don't care.
Okay, if you're
For
not
the
worried about
listen,
it.
for the most part, she seems fine. Anyway, how does the prince know that this guy was taken by the cult or missing because of?
It was only a hunch from what I know.
So he could have been taken by literally anybody, and we all think it's the cult. What evidence do you have of that?
Maybe we should go talk to the merchant.
Maybe
prince.
we should go talk to the merchant prince. I think we should do that.
Okay. I
I
mean,
don't
of course
mind
I have no evidence. I came to you for evidence.
I don't mind investigating this.
I'm sure
personally
you
would
wouldn't
like to-
mind
shut the fuck up.
investigating.
Shut the fuck up.
I would love to
Shut up.
investigate.
But I believe that we should know where he stands information-wise, just so that,
Sure.
yeah.
Are we ready to head out then?
Are we taking the weird dude with us?
Hey.
No, I don't see why not.
Eh,
Oh,
well, he
does
knows
he
all our
want?
secrets.
Does he
Yeah.
want to come? Is the question.
I think I have nowhere better to go.
That's the
Okay,
spirit,
then
my
you-
friend.
Alright, that's
Ex-
settled. He's coming with us.
Then let
I'll
us
just grab
go.
him.
Make sure you leave the payment on the
Oh
table.
shit. Yeah, I already paid him for the coffee.
Yeah, I actually I didn't hear a price when I ordered.
Yeah, it was. I think
Just
it
a
was
silver piece. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
Jay said, "Hurry the fuck up." Who gives a rat's ass about food?
No, I just don't remember what I said last time. Plus, they
Oh,
bought
fucking
more
God,
donuts than
me
you
too.
did, so I have no idea. So it doesn't matter. Just pay them
I
the
feel
silver
like
piece.
the subtitle of our group could be called "Cares Too Much About Money."
Maybe.
Listen, budgeting is important.
It
I
is.
see you're headed out. Have a good day.
You
As Mugo says,
Oh,
You
as he
too.
wipes down some of the tables. And you make your way outside. Let's just take a 2-minute break. I need to go grab more water.
Okay. Then.
I might need to take a break after that because food is important.
All right. We'll be back in just a second.
Go, piss girl, go.
Alright, well, I'm gonna keep eating this turkey leg.
Oh my
Unmuted
god,
so that you
that
guys
sounds so
can
good.
so you guys can hear me eat it.
Reminds me of the Renaissance Fair. I am crying.
Oh,
in
it was
the club.
humongous. Like like my dad got a humongous one.
Chumkin nugget.
Chicken nugget.
So funny character so far, huh?
Hmm? I'm loving it. I'm already so excited.
I've gone way too high effort. I have a list of like 40 Italian phrases.
She
and
Lunette is
punctuations.
French, right? Like that is the implication.
No,
Really?
Carcassonne is like fake Italy. I'm pretty
Carcassonne is
sure.
fake Italy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay.
I wish Italians were real.
I don't really know how to do a female Italian accent, so I'm just.
I
kinda
wish
gone with-
Italians existed in real life.
I've just kind of gone with vaguely European while saying Italian words, and
I
that's good
can't
enough for
believe
me.
I can't believe Jay made a country based off of Disney Pixar's hit film Luca.
Wow.
True.
I know.
It's a good
He's-
movie.
I watched Luca entirely.
Real
Some
life
reference.
AU.
I,
If
I watched
Italy was
Luca
real.
entirely for voice study, and I did not learn that much.
You learned how to be gay in Italy.
I knew that already.
We just chilling.
Yeah, like really, the only like female character in the movie that like talked for any decent length of time didn't even have an accent, so I didn't learn much.
A chicken leg. Actually, it's a turkey. Why don't you say
Chumka
chicken?
no good.
Where did you get a turkey
know-
leg from?
You know,
My dad ate it or something.
you know the webtoon's gonna be good when they give a content warning.
Oh my god.
AO3 vibe.
Shut your
Also,
mouth.
my roommate has been
I'm sorry.
texting me.
What in
I'm
the
sorry.
world
And
are
I
you guys
haven't
talking
been
about?
respon-
Get back. What are you guys talking about?
Hello.
So who
We're
wants to talk
talking
about
about-
Terminator 2 for the rest
Oh
of the
my
break? huh?
god.
Oh my goodness.
Well, how convenient that you're all here and we're ready to go again, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I'm still eating a turkey leg. But we can keep going.
It'll just be RP. We'll pretend you bought a turkey leg at the tavern.
And you just hear me like chewing in the background. I'm like, yeah, this is a really good turkey leg.
Just loudly munching.
It's like wet chewing noise.
Guys,
can't-
this is a really good turkey leg.
See, we can't talk about Terminator 2 because half of them haven't seen it.
Eat.
Anyway, you make your way. If everybody is actually ready to go, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know when my pizza's getting here, so.
All right. Yeah, we know Zeke. So you make your way back out into the harbor ward. It's a little later in the day now. Maybe about 20-30 minutes have passed as you talked in the tavern. You can see kind of people bustling around. Occasional people helping carry merchandise off of a trade ship. And merchants hawking their wares in the streets around you. But you are free to do what you wish. I don't actually know where you're
I
going.
see the merchant prince.
Yep.
Mr. Squall.
I
We
get
don't
to
know.
talk to the merchant prince twice in one day. I can't believe it.
Why?
He runs on a very tight schedule.
No, I want to hear more from Lunette.
Okay.
About
then.
what?
Anything.
Yay!
I
The
must
wind
resist. I must
whispers.
resist. I must resist. I can't say it. I can't say it.
Say it. Say it.
Well, have you heard about Terminator 2?
Oh my god! Even though
Oh
I'm
my
level
God.
2, I cast level 9 spell power word kill.
Anyway,
Make your way along the city streets, passing by stalls and various merchants, and make your way sort of away from the docks, heading, I believe, in the direction of the Golden Bazaar. Correct?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Angrily stares at the barrel of octopi.
It's your right.
I think it is a nice smell.
That
Reminds me of home.
what? Valbella, we might have just found 2 more people more insane than us.
For,
I
for
don't
like
think that is
fish?
possible. I don't think that is possible.
Yeah, you're probably
I
right.
think they're overcompensating.
I think they're trying to match our energy.
They're over.
I just like fish.
Ew.
All right. So you travel through the city and eventually find yourselves in the Golden Bazaar. It's much busier here. You can kind of see crowds bustling about in between the stalls.
Muna. Oh. Oh, Muna.
That's the the mushroom lady.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, I feel like we should get our
Hello,
fortune.
Cora. Wait, is it Kara? It's Cora. I was right.
Yeah,
Hello,
listen.
Cora. She waves to the kid.
What if I bathed in the fountain?
She waves back to you.
Hi, Muna. She waves.
Morning to you.
Lucas Frank.
Nothing to buy today?
No, not today. Oh God.
You
Oh,
guys-
he's got the weird named Alpha Thadar.
Maybe next time?
Next time. Just gonna
Alpha
wave to,
Yeah, Alpha Theta.
to Mr. Al. Mr. Al, the fruit.
Alpha
ninja.
Theta.
Alpha Theta.
Alpha
Yeah.
Thadar. We don't
The
know
Dragon
his
Ball.
name. I'd wave to him
Did we
if I
say-
knew his name.
Who? The tiefling?
Weapon
think-
Man.
I am thinking very hard about drinking the fountain.
Oh my god!
I
Roll
think
for
it might
fountain
be
drink.
very hot.
roll for fountain disease.
Well, I can cure it if he gets one.
True.
You two are shockingly sociable for how you behaved this morning.
You saw me before
No
I had
questions.
my coffee.
No questions. No further questions.
Don't talk to me before I've had my bean juice.
You weave your way around the market stalls and tents, around to the sort of side street where the glorious, massive-looking tent sat.
Jay, can you flip my token around?
I
It feels like I'm walking
walk in.
backwards.
No, you do not.
Can you just...
Valbella!
Oh wait, hold on. I have to refresh
Can you
my roll
retcon
20.
that so that you don't actually make them mad at us, please?
You can try to walk in, but the guards block
yeah,
your
I'll
path.
retcon it. I just thought it was funny.
And from behind a golden-looking helmet, one of them speaks. Business with the merchant prince.
Valbella's gonna look at Lunette.
Hello, it's me again. They seem very insistent on checking with the prince himself.
Ayo, where the fuck that weird guy at?
Yo, where the prince
Ah.
at?
Yes.
Not him, this
s-
fucking...
Suppose he is in. He has spoken with you before. I will check
I'm
if he is
sure
busy.
he misses me so very much.
Oh my god. Can I
He was-
do the
Have
talking
you
this
spoken
time,
to him
maybe?
before? Have you spoken to him
Unfortunately.
before?
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
very
it
nice.
went okay. I'm not dead in a ditch.
For now. I think you should let Lunette do the talking.
No.
I'll
You are
slap
in luck. He is not busy. You may proceed.
Thank you.
What if I robbed him? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to make a sleight of hand roll.
What do I have to sleight of hand? A +0. Yeah, that would be
Do
really
I
good.
have anything? I have a -1.
You try to rob him and you get a 0.
I tried to rob him, but I get robbed back.
He robs you.
Yeah, he is even mad. You just walk away and you have no money anymore.
Oh. Oh, can we not move forward?
We gotta move the guards out of the way.
No.
All right. You make your way into the merchant prince's tent, where he is seated, behind,
Damn, I guess I
his
can't
desk.
get any closer than the wolf skin.
relaxing on his cushions. I like to set the scene before you begin moving, if that's all right.
No, yeah, that's fine.
No, actually, Jay, you can't. She just wants to look at it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Because it's very important for you guys. What I say may change what you wish to do, so you should probably
Oh,
pay
no,
attention when I
yeah.
begin speaking.
Yeah, no,
Because if I
it's
said there is very obviously a spike trap underneath the wolf pelt, then you would probably not want to step on it. So just pay attention to what I say before you move. Thank you.
We pull back the wolf rug and there's 50 gold.
Oh my god,
underneath.
did we check this rug yet?
Oh my god. All right, let's.
Okay.
So the guards usher you in, and they kind of stand on opposite ends of you as you make your way into the tent.
We make an assassination attempt.
And,
Roll.
Oh my god.
The merchant
No.
prince sits leaning casually against his mountain of cushions
You
as
know
you
who
approach, and he says, more business with me then. Speak and state your purpose.
I think that actually. Hold on. What is this with me? You have business with us in a weird way? Kind of, sort of?
He stops paying attention to you, Varbel, and he looks to Lunette. Lunette, were they not convinced that you wished to aid them?
Apparently not, sir. They insisted on talking to you themselves.
How absolutely tedious. What further proof do you need other than what I have just said? He's looking at you now, Varbella.
I think that Fabella should not do the talking here. She might yell at me.
If you want to do the talking, go right ahead.
I
Swoop
can,
in.
If you want me to.
Swoop in.
Do you
Swoop
want
in.
me to or not?
Swoop in. Swoop in.
Communication
Go
is
ahead.
important.
Go ahead. Swoop in.
Do you
Before I
want to
can
talk to him or not?
No, go ahead. But go. It's fine.
Oh my
This
god.
is this conversation happening in front of him?
No.
No.
I would be
It's
using an
actually-
accent.
We're kind of staring at each other, and this is going on inside our.
We're speaking with our minds.
We said we have telepathy now.
Just eyebrow raises and hand motions.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what. So I guess I'll step forward.
All right.
If
He looks
you
at you.
don't mind, sir, I understand what the situation is. However, I wish to know. Well, not just me and my associates wish to know why exactly you think it's the cult that has caused this disappearance.
I don't know for sure, but strange occurrences in my city, and then a rather strange disappearance of one of my merchants. It does not take a very large leap of logic to connect the two.
I'm not denying what you're saying. I agree that it could be the cult. But what do you think could link this? Do you have any previous disappearances? Do you know of previous cult activity in the past?
Rather, it is the
other
opposite. I always know where my merchants are, and when one disappears this suddenly, that is odd. Now,
So it's
the scurriers cannot be at fault. They wouldn't dare. And the Sidewinders, they keep a wide berth. Now that leaves one faction in my city, which is this new one, which seems to prove itself time after time as a thorn in my side. And that is this supposed cult you hear the common folk speak of.
So, you believe it's the cult due to a lack of what you've previously experienced, right?
Indeed, my merchants don't just disappear. And so, the one group who appears to be operating outside of my knowledge, I suspect them. I do not have the evidence to prove it. That is what Lunette is here for.
Does she know the circumstances? Does anyone know the circumstances regarding the disappearance, or was it just, like, sudden?
One day, he was here. One day, he is not. A disappearance. We have not found a body, so I presume him alive, though we cannot be sure.
Was there any evidence left behind? I am assuming not.
No. Did you expect the kidnappers to leave a note?
No, but I'm sure that a cult has some semblance of
Purpose?
Calling card, maybe?
Yeah, sure, that shit.
No. I did not find anything that may indicate exactly where he was taken, but
Well, not where he was taken.
That-
He might have taken him.
is not my job. That is what you are working on, correct?
I guess.
Alright,
Indeed.
so
What's going to happen
Okay,
here
hold on. My question is,
Are we getting
we
paid?
are investigating this cult, not
You are.
because anyone ordered us to. We
The
stumbled
Rangers, in
upon
fact,
it.
have hired you.
They hired us to deal with this. Wait, hold on. Out of character. They hired us for the Scurrier thing, right? Not
And then they asked you
specifically-
to look further into it. They asked you to infiltrate the Scurriers in order to find out more about it. That led you down to the sewers.
Okay. Okay, back to what we were saying. So
Paying us.
yeah,
Are
I was
you?
getting to that.
You're taking too long to get there.
Well, I'm literally getting to that right now.
They absolutely are paying you. The Rangers definitely
Yeah, the
paid you.
Not the Rangers. Not the Rangers.
No, yeah. I
Yes,
was
they
gonna
did.
say.
They did.
Mr. Squall here.
So
The Rangers absolutely did pay you, if you're forgetting.
yeah, they
They
did
did.
pay us, but
For
I'm
sure.
so to the merchant prince. I'm gonna ask him. So we do work for the Rangers right now.
You do?
Why exactly should we work for you too?
You do not. Lunette does.
Why
All
would
I
we
ask
work for her?
is that you cooperate. Your goal is the same, and it seems to me that you lack personnel. And so, that is what Lunette is here to provide.
No offense to Lunette, but this bunch, as most cults usually are, seem very dangerous. And I want to know why we are even bothering to do this in the first place. What are we getting out of it aside from just
Well, my friend, that would be a conversation with the Rangers, not me. Lunette and I have a business arrangement. Me and you, we do not. But that is a possibility, if that's what you're implying.
I think that that's a possibility I think we should go for. If you don't want to, that's okay, but
He's actually looking at Lunette now. I did not think they would be this difficult. I apologize, friend.
It's not your fault, sir.
Well then, if you wish to work for me instead of the Rangers, then we can arrange something. But, are you sure you want to work for me instead of the Rangers? He kind of chuckles.
depends on what you're offering as opposed to them.
Well, we are a merchant's guild, friend. We deal in coin, and coin alone.
So could you offer more than them?
Than the rangers.
Yeah.
That would depend on how much they're paying you.
How much are they paying us? That's the question. How much are they paying us? Does anybody else know how much they're paying us? I don't remember.
Don't look at me.
Valbella, how much are they paying?
I don't think that they gave us a specific amount, or they said a specific amount.
They did.
I think that they did.
Well, give me money to pay for your stay and your food for the next couple of days.
Okay, wait. So, but if we work for, hold on, this is out of okay. If we work,
We
for
don't
him,
need to focus on money.
No, listen. But here's the thing: if we work for him, could we work for him and the range?
Yeah. Why
That's what
can't
I'm
we do
thinking.
both?
Because like, if we don't work for the Rangers anymore, they don't like dislike us or anything. But I wonder if that would mean we would lose like any
Our
money that we
stay
would have to
and
have our like our stay. Yeah.
I'm just wondering why we can't work
So-
for both of them.
I just didn't expect any of this. I gotta be honest.
Seas of Sand. Expect the unexpected.
Exactly. Expect
are
me to start
not-
negotiating.
We are anything if predictable.
Expect me to start negotiating.
All I can say is Lunette is very offended.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
Cry
sorry.
about it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
cry harder,
is
bitch.
is there a way that we could work for both you and the Rangers and perhaps get
Get double the money.
not double the money? That is such a big ass.
I was joking. I was joking.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not
I'm
all
not-
of the benefits.
I'm not a fool. I am aware of what you're doing. But Lunette is my agent, and I offer her to you as assistance in your investigation on behalf of the Rangers. Whether or not you continue to investigate for the Rangers, Lunette will continue. So, all I wanted is a combination of resources between myself and the Rangers to facilitate the investigation and to
So,
perhaps look into the disappearance of my merchant. I understand that you are new here, but it really does not need to be this difficult.
no, it doesn't, but so I am understanding that your merchant
See,
disappeared.
I don't
the
mind working
circum-
for the Rangers. That's the thing.
Yeah, so your merchant disappeared. I am understanding of that. The circumstances of how he disappeared absolutely unknown because he was here and then he wasn't. So, and I get it, you are a busy man with lots of things to do. So sending an agent to us, best option, probably the best option of all of the options that were there.
Indeed.
But if we find information and it gets back to you, there is no compensation being made to us other than the agent that you've sent us. And for all we know, this could come back to bite us in the ass at some point. I just want to be sure that there is a insurance being made
Yes,
that
I
we are
agree. Hold
getting.
on. Yes, insurance. Like
Yeah, that we are getting something that is substantial that ensures that even if we are involved with you via a second party, we are not going to get any backlash from that. There is something where we both get things out of this from each other, where you're not just getting something from us.
because we do get his assistance, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee us insurance in the case of something coming back to bite us
I
in the
can
ass.
be smart sometimes. Look at
Can
me.
you?
And it doesn't necessarily have to be coin either.
Folk who are cooperative and not argumentative with me will find themselves in good favor, and if you will, under my protection. Does that make sense to you?
If that's the insurance that you're offering us, okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Fine by me.
Good. I'm glad we are finally on the same page.
Alright, I mean, I think that's... I think I'm good here.
Yes, we apologize. Specifically,
actually-
me, apologize for wasting your time.
I do
Hmm.
have a little bit of a stupid... Well, a little bit of a
I
stupid
literally just said
question.
we were sorry for wasting his time.
I'm
You
gonna
should have
waste his
said
time
this
a little bit
before
more.
I said, oh my god.
Very well.
This question is going to be stupid. Oh, I see.
One more
Yes.
question. Make it a good one. It is your last.
Okay. Do you have any suspicions that could lead us to another, other than us and what we have told Lunette, that could potentially help us on our way? Any suspicions at all? Anything that you've been hearing in your merchant ring? Anything at all?
Well, as I've told Lunette, I've heard whispers of a cult, and from what I understand, from, well, watching, they seem to be located in the sewers. Am I wrong?
No.
So, yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm just kidding.
Good.
Okay.
Seems we
that is-
both are under the same impression then. Seems you know where to find them. Seems your job is very straightforward.
Yes, okay. That is all. Goodbye.
Good.
Oh my
She's a
god,
little
just
bow.
walking.
I do so enjoy our chats.
I'm sure you do. I'm so
Oh my god, this guy scares me.
he scares the shit out of her.
Also, do we report to him or Luna? That's a real question. That's
Well,
fine.
you
fine.
and I will get into that later.
Okay.
Lunette,
Nah.
Lunette gives a little curtsy. Mi dispiace, sir. I'm so sorry for that.
He gives you a small wave. Take care, Lunette.
You too, sir.
I don't like this. I'm gonna whisper to Cecilia. I don't trust this.
I trust anybody with money, so.
He's
I
not
think
even
we're
giving us money though.
fine. He can.
He's
He
not
could.
giving us money though.
He could give us
Right?
money.
I'm gonna
He
like.
offered to give us money.
Okay, but like, he's also the merchant prince, and he could make that promise, but he does not have to, like, live up to that, and we can't do anything about
Listen,
it because he
all I
has the
think-
entire
listen.
ring under his hand.
Listen, I'm not afraid of getting.
Here to
Oh,
buy a
so-
musical instrument, friend?
Maybe. Hold on.
We're
You
having a
too.
conversation.
I have some very strong words for you.
Coach, you're gonna have to get a little closer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go in a second. Listen, I think that we don't have to directly work for him. It'd be nice to have compensation aside from an assistant, which, frankly, I'm a little insulted that he thought we needed an assistant.
Why
But-
couldn't he just call us to him directly?
I know, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not here to judge his decisions. I am.
I'm
Here
just
to
here to
say
get something out of
But listen, I just want to know more about this.
I just want to
honestly
know
don't-
if he's single.
So actually,
would-
I'm killing myself. I actually cast Eldritch Blast on myself. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, thank goodness.
I mean,
Um,
okay, if you're
listen-
going into this with an open mind, then I can as well.
I think that we should just see what happens. Honestly, I feel like that we're not an established group or anything like that. We really don't need to worry about appearances or
Yeah,
like.
the dude that you tripped
something.
over is not said
Oh my god,
anything at
it's
all.
fine. It's fine. He can just stand there. It's okay. But I think that we should continue to report to the rangers about what we find, as well as
Okay,
reporting to
yes.
Lunette, because she can refer back to him. And if we need anything, we'll ask her and see if he allows us to have an audience with him at some point. If we do find any major significant information, if we don't find anything significant, no point in bothering him. This is not a man whose bad side
Oh,
I want
fucking
to
trust
be on.
me. I know. Fucking trust me.
I've seen my
good food me.
Luna,
Okay, we're
shut
done.
up.
Lunette, oh
Shut
my
up,
god.
Luna.
No! Chipotle, you two!
Okay. Vale. Are you coming?
No, I'm gonna talk to Lunette.
No. I meant Ezekiel.
Oh, okay.
Are you coming? Okay. I
yeah.
will take
You-
I will take him to get another drink.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
If
Have
actually,
you
if
eaten
you-
anything?
I don't think I need to.
Okay.
I'm gonna be right back. I have to grab something upstairs. One second.
Okay then.
Jay
When
runs
you come
around.
back, we will be somewhere.
I think my roll 20
Kick follow.
is being
You're
very broke.
moving.
Yeah.
The map keeps like glitching and then like flying across the screen.
Are you on
That's
your
really
phone
funny.
or are you on your computer?
No, I'm on my computer.
What do you have your move character button bound to?
I think I do not have any buttons bound.
Okay. Because
If
you
you
might
have a
be
mouse,
clicking.
just use that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're using
I
the
think it might
trackpad-
be like lag or something.
Because if you
Maybe.
have if you use a mouse, if you grab your character token and like left click it and drag it, you can move it across the screen.
Yeah, I
But
think
if
I might
you-
grab my mouse because
Yeah,
I'm
because
using
that's definitely a lot easier
Yeah.
than using a keypad. It really
Yeah.
doesn't like you if you use the keypad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this is the Nyanhari girls
Lunette, where the fuck are you going?
tavern, right? Or not tavern.
It's
but,
not a
like-
tavern. It's just the shop.
Yeah.
Lunette, we gotta have a conversation. Where are you walking?
Okay then.
Where are you going?
Oh, tell Jay that I'm getting food.
Okay. He comes
Oh.
back and we just go without you. I'm just kidding.
We're back.
Why is my cat sleeping like that? What the hell? I'm gonna respond to my roommate because I texted you.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
I mean, I already cursed at you. That's all I had to say.
You cursed at me and you were like, okay, that's it. We're done.
Yeah,
I don't like
Alright.
it when people cuss at me.
not too bad.
What if I said I did? No, I'm just kidding.
Valbelli, did you head up to the general store?
She's getting food right now, so
I see.
yeah.
Ezekiel, did Valbella lead you to the general store?
I think
It
the
would
answer is
seem so.
yes, it would seem so.
Seems so. Alright, we can wait for them to get back.
Kick a fellow, Chipotle, walking
Oh
into
my god, what are you
Matter how
saying
this
to me right
can-
now?
He's trying to strong on
What are
him.
you saying to me? I don't speak pasta.
Ronzo.
Is that a no on the instruments then?
No, thank you.
Are you sure? They're the finest in all the Golden Bazaar.
What does he have? Is it
I'm not
local
much
shit?
of a musician. I'm sorry.
That is a shame. Perhaps you are a musician in another life.
Oh, perhaps.
And what about you, sir? It's never too late to take up a new hobby.
Maybe at some point. I'll think about it.
Well, my shop is always located here. I guarantee you won't find any finer wares in all of Al Sahar.
I'll take your word for it.
While we are standing here for whatever reason, I guess Lunette will take her book out and just write some of the stuff she's learned so far.
All right. Learned that party is difficult.
Incredibly difficult.
Welcome to my world, friend.
You know, she's,
You're welcome.
While Sisters here is a perfect reference, I think I'm just gonna doodle his face down and write curse words next to it.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Ah.
Where is everyone?
We're still
I guess we're waiting on Val.
I'm back.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Sit on staying over here and talking for some reason, but we haven't talked yet.
Oh, is Jay back?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's
So
been
then
like for a while.
I guess we cursing it, so this was all we had to say.
So did you lead Ezekiel to the general store?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is Ezekiel here?
Yeah, I am
He's
trying
dead.
Perfect.
to untangle all of the cords on my desk.
I see. Always a difficult task.
But I'm
Oh,
good.
yeah, they were
to
getting
go.
a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna boost you a little bit. There we go. All right. So Valbella, you lead Ezekiel to the general store. It's open for business in the morning. You can enter if you wish.
Yep, in the hopes of finding him something like a drink,
Okay.
I guess.
Then the two of you make your way inside.
What an inconvenient time to be eating.
This is so much better with a mouse.
Isn't it?
Typically is.
Were you not using a mouse?
No.
Well, I only have a wired mouse, and I also have a wired headset, and my computer needs to plug in, so it's just like...
I'm using a wired mouse. We need that zero latency for when Valbella's trying to rush off and I can snag her real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's fast
It's
twitch
all
muscle
I
fibers. You make your way into Clementine's shop. You've been here before. You know her. She's waiting behind the counter, leaning against it, and says, "Morning to you. Is there something you want to buy?"
Yes, bit of an odd request, but did you have anything in the form of like drinks or things that would be good for heat exhaustion? Things like that.
We've got kegs of ale. We've got
Just gives him a shit ton of alcohol.
Yeah.
we've got water skins. There is a well somewhere nearby that you could fill up.
Okay.
What exactly did you want then?
I can take. I
Anything
would
to
like one of
drink.
the. Yeah, something to drink or something good for heat exhaustion. But if the water skin is all that you have, I will take that.
We have water skins. This isn't really a restaurant, I'm afraid, so I don't exactly just serve beverages or anything like that. But
Yeah,
we've got like
getting used to it.
fruit and such. If you wanted to buy that, I suppose
But
that
do
might
you
help.
know of
with-
any fruit that helps with heat exhaustion?
I'm not really sure. I think there's lots of water in grapes, I suppose. Tomatoes, maybe. Though I don't know if you'd want to just bite into one of those.
Tomato.
Disgusting.
Hey, if you're gonna be an Italian character, you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that is
Sorry.
the foundation of this
Sacrilege.
society.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I said that. Anyway,
The water skin I have if you want to buy that.
we'll take a water skin and a bunch of grapes.
All right.
No tomato,
Do you want a tomato?
maybe.
And one tomato.
All right. A gold for the water skin and 2 silver for the fruit apiece.
So 4 silver and 1 gold. Boo-doo-boo-boo-doo-boo. She hands it over.
You can pick out whichever fruit catches your fancy. And here's your water skin. Hands you across the.
I hand it. Oh no, wait! I'm gonna keep it until we get water. I don't trust this man. Not to lose it immediately.
So she lets you pick out whichever bunch of grapes or tomato you think is the most ripe and juicy.
I'm letting Ezekiel pick. It's.
I am picking so hard.
Tell me whenever you're ready to go.
He's making very important decisions right now. Don't shame
Yeah,
him.
like, what if I want the really big grapes? Or, like, do I want the really small ones?
I'd say go for the really big ones.
Okay, I am ready.
Okay. Did you get your tomato?
He grabs stuff
I
and
do
doesn't
not-
pay for it.
Yeah,
and just
I
walks
think
away.
I do not need it.
All right, we heading out.
Alright, make your way back to the square.
Also, Jay, what like time of day is it? Would
We're
you say?
approaching midday now that you've spent some time traveling up and talking with the merchant prince and then doing a bit of shopping. Around midday.
All right. Lynette, I have a question
What?
for you.
Yes.
Do you want to go do some investigating, like right now?
I don't see why not, but you don't want to bring your friends?
I was actually gonna
Or
go
friend,
grab them.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know the other guy, but I think we're friends because I kicked him in the head. Where are they?
Yeah, that's
I'll
Is
go
that
get
how it
them.
works around here?
Yeah, it does. Yep, it absolutely does. I killed Valbella and knocked her out, and then she's friends with me now, so that's how this works. Hey guys!
I don't think I want to be friends then, I can say that much.
Oh my god, I won't beat you up. You can beat me up, and then it works.
I feel like
Don't-
he might
don't
beat
consider
you
it.
up.
Hey guys. Are they
Hello.
outside? Oh, okay.
Hello?
We don't have anything else major to do right now. The only other thing I can think of is figuring out where these guys are gonna chill later if they want to stay with us. But I think we should go back to the sewers. Honestly.
I mean, if that's where you want to go, I'm fine with that. Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Wait, oh, yes, in the sewers.
Oh, Lunette, you got a problem with sewers?
A little bit.
Yes, so do I. Actually, they're actually fucking disgusting. I hate them.
Yeah, that sounds
But-
kinda nasty.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Mm.
I think we should go, honestly. Like, we need all the information we can get. And we don't know a lot right now, so any sort of investigation we can do is beneficial to us.
I suppose off we go.
And now we are going to the sewers. Yay!
I was going to act surprised because funny sewers gross, but then I remembered we mentioned the sewer several times already.
Sewers? What? Crazy!
I'm too good for those.
I'm too good for sewers.
I am.
Do I have any spells that would make me not get fucking disgusting in the sewer? Actually, no. I'm
Right,
already
so,
gross.
like squid and sewer.
Yay! Squid sewer combo! Whoop, whoop.
Alright, so you make your way through the city. Where exactly do you want to go?
Boink. Refuse pit, please.
Alright, so you're currently here, so it's not too far of a trip.
Yeah, we can just go down this place here.
You can avoid Slumtown.
Yeah, we're not going there. I don't
Wipes
want
a
to get
tear
accosted
away.
by the house.
How
guy.
tragic.
Listen, I don't feel like being asked if I want to buy a house, okay?
Missing out on my favorite NPC. Alright,
No.
that's okay.
That's your favorite NPC?
Yep.
Oh my...
Why not?
You're insane.
Jay doesn't realize that all the budgeting that we're doing is because we want to one day
It's
purchase
because we
this
actually
home.
want to purchase a house, yeah. It's just like a... Actually, no, we should do one of those little walk-ins. We should see if he's got any open
We
houses
should.
going.
We should.
Eventually,
houses
the
with one-
eventually the four of you I'm sure, Ezekiel, you'll eventually see this house they're talking about. Eventually, the four of you arrive at the south
Well,
gate,
no one dies.
making your way a little bit down the path
It's my
to,
favorite thing to do.
led by Cecilio and Val, who show you the way to the refuse pit.
Cecilia immediately just goes in. He just starts making his way
Mhm.
down. He's like, I've got dark vision, guys. This is cool.
Then, if you want, I can move you if you're
Oh,
lagging a
boy.
bit. So,
Lunette's getting ready.
Ezekiel
Listen.
and Lunette, you see a long ladder down into a dark pit.
It's scary the first time, but after the first time, he's like yelling this up the ladder. He's like, after the first time, though, it's better after that.
Is there at least someone to stand that isn't gross?
No,
Oh.
no.
It is literally.
definitely better than being in the sun.
Yeah, you might actually find some.
Is it
things-
colder down there? That's a good question.
That's a good question. It definitely does smell like rotting everything, but that's okay. Better than the heat.
So do you, so.
Okay, she's going down now.
With
So,
reluctance.
climbing down the rickety wooden ladder, the four of you eventually arrive at the bottom, and your feet sort of sink into the sludge below your feet
What?
as a rather foul smell fills your nostrils.
Oh, hey, look. The dead things from last time.
The corpses of our enemies.
Yeah, who has dark vision here, by the way?
I
Not
think it's
me.
just Suits.
Is it just me? Y'all got any like light spells or anything like that?
Yeah, let me see.
Cause I don't need it, but you guys do.
That's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah, Lunette's going to take a torch out of her bag and light it with prestidigitation.
He runs ahead into the darkness, trips, and falls on his fucking face.
I have a torch, but I'm not gonna get it out.
Don't worry, I
Lunette
have
sees
one.
this happen.
Oh, did he actually trip? Is that
I think it
canon?
would be, yeah. I think it would be really funny if he just.
No.
But it was like exactly as she lit the torch too. Like she just lifts it up, and you just see him just fall on his face. He's like,
Oh
nobody saw
no.
that. Nobody saw
You
that. Nobody saw that.
You need to get better at watching where you're going.
Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. That didn't happen, actually.
I think it happened.
Alright.
Oh
Kim
goodness,
points-
an escape from the sludge.
All for killing the new guy. Say I.
Flickering,
I-
already tried that.
flickering in
No, I
the
like him.
okay,
Sorry.
flickering in the torchlight, illuminated. You can see sort of Lunette and Ezekiel. You can see debris kind of all over, including the corpses of some rather odd-looking creatures. As Cecilio and Valbella sort of lead you towards a tunnel on the far end.
Yeah, we
Of
killed
the
those
chamber.
things back there.
Are there going to be more?
Who knows?
Oh,
Chile.
boy.
Tomato, tomato. It's fine.
The two lead you to a ladder, which extends up out of the sludge to a sort of raised platform that allows you to walk on stone tiles rather than wade through the sewer slime. You find yourselves progressing, following Falbella and Sootz down a tunnel within the sewers, eventually leading you to a sort of crossroads. The sewer tunnels stretch off to the right and off to the left, but they also stretch forward with some rickety wooden planks bridging the gap.
We still
to
have
allow
that thing from
access
the
forward.
scurriers, right? The water thing.
You do, yeah.
Okay. The
Oh,
thing,
wheel?
there's a
Get rid of it, so
yeah,
there's no
the
reason why.
the wheel that we need for this area.
Mm.
I'll just say that I have it. I don't trust Valbella with it.
I think
I'm in the-
canonically I had it though.
I'm in the water. Yeah, no, it's okay. Do we want to
It
go?
was
up
either
or do we
me
wanna
or it
go
was-
this way?
I think the cave was up, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go this way. Just
Do
to
we wanna
see
go
if
back
there's
to the
anything we
cave?
missed. Yeah, we'll see if there's anything we missed.
We could try to get into the door.
That's true. I'll just like speak snake at it, like
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
I
like,
like that.
what?
Enjoy that, Vivek.
Sure.
That's right.
So Luna and Ezekiel, Suits and Val lead you off to the right, choosing the right path, down another stretch of sort of raised stone tiles. And you continue further along these sort of dark tunnels, illuminated only really by Lunette's torchlight. And eventually you begin to hear the sloshing of water in the distance and arrive in this chamber.
Water still raised?
I believe you left it like that, so
Yeah, I think
yes.
we did leave it raised because there's no reason for us to unraise it.
Stop
Unless-
moving!
back.
Stop
Yeah.
moving, please!
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
When you're big, you gotta stay still.
Jay
Sorry.
deletes your character.
Oh my god.
All right, everybody on the fucking
It's the
floaty
ADHD.
thing. Everybody on it. Get
How deep is that?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. I
I can
genuinely would-
stand it, can't I?
No, you were swimming.
Oh.
I
Well,
think it
I'm
gonna
smells
do
almost
that.
as bad as
Hey,
you, but
you might want to get okay.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
how we got it across the last time.
Described
You
the chamber
swam
last
on it.
time as the pit that you then filled with sludge was rather deep. So you are swimming, Val, in sewer slime.
I was doing it last time.
Everybody on the barge. That's not.
Everybody
Balboa.
on the barge.
Oh god.
Hmm.
Uh,
guess
you think?
we-
I.
yeah,
I
want
make
to go
sure
back
that
up
it
to the
doesn't
barn.
tip over.
I guess we're assuming it's
Thanks,
closer to
bitch,
this.
because I can't swim.
It's a bit of a
Yeah.
jump, Luna, but
Yeah,
that's
Vol
a jump that you
usually-
guys can make.
Yeah. If you're unsure about it, Vol can move it for you. So
I feel like there might be an easier way than this.
no, there
that's
literally
literally
isn't.
is not. That is the only option.
Do you want to swim?
Yeah, you want to swim across and that. Yeah.
You know what? It's not my clothes, I guess.
Whose clothes is it?
She stole them off of a dead
Oh,
body.
it's your clothes getting dirty.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
You stupido.
So progressing onto the rickety floating platform and then hopping your way across, you find yourselves facing a iron pipe that leads further down, along with a bit of a sort of not even ankle deep flow of slime draining through it. And it stretches out further sort of to the north as you progress onwards through the sewers. And eventually, you have to bear with me. I'm now dragging you guys before I drag the actual page marker. I'm placing your tokens. There we go. Eventually find yourselves at an opening in the pipe that leads to a larger chamber. Cecilio and Val, you are familiar with this chamber. It was the old aqueduct that you'd visited before. You cannot just jump up there. That is tall.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'll try my best.
You can climb up if you wish.
Yes.
It's about at head height for you, so you'd have to climb.
Yes. Ungracefully climb on it. Up there.
Imagine not being able to climb up.
He slips and falls back. It wouldn't matter at that point, though. He's already
I suppose I will follow.
covered in whatever the fuck is in here.
So this chamber is illuminated by a glowing, eerie green light. On the left side of the chamber sits a massive stone statue. Valbelli and Cecilia, you have examined the statue and you're aware that it's made of stone. But
My
Luna and
God.
Ezekiel, it gives you a slight little fright before you realize that it's motionless. A large stone statue of a serpent that sits kind of half submerged in the slime and covered in a moss that's kind of grown over it throughout time. On the right side of the chamber stand two tall statues. They don't appear to be human, as you guys examined last time. And on the far end of the chamber is another raised up stone platform with a large stone door that blocks your path, inscribed with draconic lettering.
Oh, my poor boots. Chip powder.
I stuck my hand in its mouth.
You did? Oh, you did it? You did do that?
Oh,
Mhm.
goodness.
I feel like I
very-
should do
It's
that.
very brave, I guess.
Did it feel like you were meant to have put your hand in there?
I can't remember why I did it.
For fun.
I really can't. Go
It
on.
was probably for
why.
fun. I don't know my character motivations.
Move.
You're actually not allowed to get up the ladder. Fuck you.
So standing up
Okay.
on this raised platform, you can see once again the draconic inscriptions of the door that stands before you, blocking your way.
Jay is like, why the fuck are you all here again?
Listen, they've never been here, and I think it's important for Lunette to see actually what we're talking about.
It is quite strange.
Yeah.
There is a door here, right? Like,
Yeah, it's a door. There's no like handles
Okay.
or anything.
yeah,
It's
I
a
know.
stone. It's a
Yeah.
stone face, kind of separated from the rest of the arch that surrounds it. So you could assume that it's likely a door, though you don't
I
have
will
any sort of
touch it.
guarantee necessarily.
I will touch the door.
I will break it down.
No.
You can try if you
I
want.
mean,
I would like
Oh,
to
I
touch.
won't get through.
Just poke the door. I just reloaded my roll 20 for no reason. Having a good time tonight.
we touch in the door and
I'm touching the door.
we touch in the door.
You don't have to touch the door. I'm just saying.
What
I'm gonna
about
touch
saying? Did we say the words out loud last time?
No. Do you want me to? I know the dialect better than you.
Shit, I mean, okay, sure.
I'm going to sit. Thank you.
I don't think that anything will happen. Admittedly,
Yeah, I really
I'm-
don't.
And if anything does happen, shit, I guess.
Yeah, shit. Can I try like reciting what the door says? Like in the dialect?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Say it out loud.
Yeah.
The others who don't speak Draconic, Ezekiel and Lynette, you hear some long, kind of drawn-out syllables with kind of heavier S's as Cecilia speaks the words aloud. And then silence, only the dripping of moisture from the ceiling,
Epic.
as nothing happens.
Cool. Well, that did nothing.
What does it mean again?
It means it's is it return the serpent's gifts or something? Hold on.
You said you wrote it down, right?
I did write it down, so I'm looking at it right now.
All right. Whatever you say, I trust you.
It is restore the serpent's gifts.
That was what I
That's
thought it
is.
was. Okay, perfect.
Does the statue have eyes?
It does. They're carved into the stone.
Okay.
One of them is covered by a bit of moss, but really that's about it.
Do you think we have to like do something with this?
Hell if I know. Don't know anything about this shit.
Your hand into it.
Okay, get out of the way. I'll stick my hand in there. Why not? Us trying to figure out Jay's dungeon by just sticking our hands in things.
Alright. You stick your hand into the open serpent's mouth like Val did a while back. Again, there's sort of, to summarize what I said last time, there's sort of a indentation in the open mouth where you can place your hand, but nothing happens. It is just cold, hard stone.
Does it have a
Sorry.
tongue?
Does it? No. Here's my question: does it end or does it keep going?
I don't think you're able to reach that far. I think that's what I said last time.
What if I just?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Does
Right.
it have a tongue?
Along the bottom of its mouth, kind of in
Okay.
between the two fangs, yes. But it's made of
Okay.
stone like everything else.
And there was nothing on the statues the last time we investigated them.
Just some kind of moss and fungus.
I feel like
Right.
something
Old
sus
and
is
damp
going on.
statues.
It's something with the snake statue. I'm almost 100%
I can I
sure.
can talk to it in snake language, but I doubt it will say anything because it is in
Well,
fact a
I
stone
mean,
snake.
just try it, maybe.
What
There was-
do you want me to say? Is the real
Just-
question.
I mean, you could ask what the serpent's gift is.
Are we talking to
I don't
statues
think the
now?
statue would
That's
say
what we're
anything.
at?
It is a very involved process. Okay.
Yeah, we have to check
Hello,
everything.
statue. I am Lunette. Is that going to open the door?
Shut up. Let him do his thing.
I actually don't know what to say. Like, what would I say in snake? That's the real question.
Ask him what the serpent's gift is.
Okay, fine. I will do that in snake language. It says nothing because it is a statue.
Well,
I'm gonna do it, yeah.
okay. Silence rings
Yep.
out to the chamber as
Great.
everyone waits in great anticipation of what Cecilio is about to say. Drum roll, please.
Why? Wait, why?
You're gonna roleplay it, my dude.
What? Am I just gonna start hissing into the
Yeah.
microphone?
Yes.
Like, what?
Yes.
No, but you can say it
Yeah.
in common and we'll translate
Okay.
it.
So I guess I will just ask the snake, what are the serpent's gifts?
Alright. The statue stares back at you in dead
Yeah!
silence.
Yeah! The serpent! I'm like, guys, you didn't say anything.
And
It's
from
a
behind
statue.
you, you hear Lunette slow clapping.
Yeah, thanks.
I do not
Thank
want
you.
any of your sarcasm right now. It was the best option that we had.
Yeah, I
What?
don't... Oh
Was it really?
Are there any blue snails in the room?
my god, why do you want more of them?
You can make a perception check if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna make a perception check. I'm gonna do something stupid, but what's new?
Yeah.
Oh, I almost got a nat 20 on that. 16.
Okay. You spend some time kind of wandering around the chamber and eventually find, crawling along the base of this statue over here, one of the small lightning aspected snails that you found before.
Right, I have to pick it up with something. I'm gonna rip off some of the moss and pick it up with that.
Why do you
Okay.
want it so?
You're gonna see. I'm gonna put
Okay.
it in the snake's mouth.
That is
You
a good
create
idea.
sort of a
Chocolate.
cradle of moss in your hand and then
Yep.
scoop the snail up with it.
I'm gonna walk back over to the snake and I'm gonna put it in its mouth.
Alright.
Okay. You place the snail in the serpent's mouth, and the snail just kind of crawls very, very slowly along, and nothing happens.
Okay, I about expected that, but
This is probably something I should have done earlier, but can I do an arcana check on the door?
Okay.
Just to see if I can suss anything. That's a 4.
did I use detect
so-
magic last time?
That's a 4. So
I don't actually remember if you did.
I'm gonna do it now.
You can ritually
He
cast
gains
it, right?
With that.
he gains nothing. He got a 4.
Can you ritual cast detect magic?
Yeah, it doesn't require anything as far as I am aware.
Yeah, as long as you ritual cast it, it won't use up a spell slot. So you're not really losing anything by doing it again, even if you did it last time. Okay, what was your arcana check, sorry?
I got a 4.
Okay, it certainly is big and made of stone.
That is a big door, guys.
Valbella, you spend some time watching the snail crawl through the snake's mouth as you
Yep,
begin
yes,
to
I do.
ritually cast Detect Magic. Is there anything anybody else wants to immediately do while she casts, or would everybody like to just take a seat in the sludge and wait?
Watch
That
the
makes fun
giant
of us.
cow.
I'm-
do
It's
I'm
perfectly fine if you want to
smug.
skip, but... Sorry, what did you say, Luna?
I am just going to stand here being smug.
Okay.
Okay, like you have any other idea?
Right. Then Valbella, eventually your spell finishes and you cast Detect Magic. You get sort of a faint trace. And it sort of hums almost, just very, very gently at the edges of your senses from the snake statue. And then as you sort of look around the room, from the door itself, the two seem to be connected somehow, but they don't give any sort of specific school of magic or anything like that. Just sort of this very faint hum.
Okay.
Right. Well, for now, I think we should explore the rest of the sewers. But my working theory is that there's something we gotta put in its mouth, or
I mean,
something along those
For
lines.
sure.
A hand-shaped
putting
object, perhaps?
2 hands.
Lunette,
Mouth.
nobody asked.
No,
As-
that was
as
a
a
genuine
cube-
suggestion, but okay.
As a cube, you're a little quiet.
He's just standing here like I.
You
If you
said
have any
something, but it's
suggestions.
quiet.
Not particularly.
All right.
I'll save my divine sense. I have 3 uses of it, but I feel like it'd be
Yeah.
stupid to use here now.
We might as well just check out the rest of the
Mhm.
sewers because we didn't do that last time, and we want to do that
Yeah.
before that thing comes back.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sat here like, are we forgetting about the giant like beholder like creature in here?
I'm sorry, the what?
Nothing.
we don't talk
Nothing
about
at
that.
all.
Yeah,
Don't even worry about it.
All right.
Actually, I feel
Waiting.
like we should.
Sorry, what did you say, Ezekiel?
Nothing.
Okay. Sorry, I just didn't want to cut you off. Wading your way back through the sludge, you make your way along the pipe, back to the sluice gate that you filled the chamber with sludge.
Oh joy, a barge riding again.
The chamber is still filled like you left it.
Get on the barge. I'm holding it steady.
And with Valbella holding it steady, it only rocks slightly as you hop on. And Valbella sort of positions it a little bit so that you're at a nicer position to hop back to the stone platform on the far end of the room. You manage to keep any sort of sludge out of your boots, though Valbella does not, as she is completely covered.
I am never so lucky.
We're gonna need to go take a bath.
Just
We
you know
do
they
every-
they can make that jump, you know.
Oh, they absolutely can. I am so fully aware of that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
It just
'cause-
makes for good TV.
What is a TV?
Traveling back along the chamber, you arrive once again at the crossroads with silence ringing out around you.
Going this way.
I think we went forward once, didn't we?
I don't think we did.
We didn't?
Okay, so we have 2 ways we can go from here. We can go down this way, or we can go this way. Because this way, there's another path like over here that we can go to. But
Since we're this far, we may as well.
yeah,
go
let's go this way. Yeah, well.
All right. You instead choose the path that was straight from where you started, and make your way along this tunnel with fungus and lichen and slime dripping from the walls around you. And soon as you travel down this tunnel, you hear a noise. At first really soft, but as you make your way a little bit further, it grows louder. At first, you get the sense that it might have been thunder, and then as you approach, you realize what it was. Just give me 1 second.
God damn. I'm scared now.
Oh,
as you see before you that the tunnel opens up into another larger chamber from the platform in which you stand. You realize that the loud noise that you were hearing as you traveled down the tunnel was in fact snoring.
God damn it! God damn it!
Oh,
Oh.
no, no, no,
Oh
no, no,
wait,
no.
it's asleep. Oh no, I don't like that.
You hear this loud rattling, snoring sound and see in the distance, Susilio, this mass of a creature curled up in the center of the lowered chamber.
Do they see it, or is it just me?
Let me just double check. It's just kind of at the edges of your vision, through the torchlight. Lunette, Ezekiel, and Val. You see some sort of mass of a creature just sort of gently rising and falling as this loud, thunderous snoring reverberates through the chamber. Valbella and Susilio, you remember this creature? It was the one that progressed towards you. The one that Rin had said spoke to him.
Okay.
Is there
And
any
then,
reason for us?
Actually, you recall Malamun and Anlin and such speaking about it. This is the crocodile in the sewers that they referenced.
I
Do
don't
you
like
think
this.
it is worth it to try and get to the ladder, or do you want to head back?
The question is, what time is it?
It's like
How long-
midday.
Just after midday, around 1 o'clock.
Okay.
By the time you traveled all the way down here, 1:30.
Okay, if we're quick about it, then I think it's fine. But
Excuse me?
it only comes awake in the nighttime. So it's fine during the day.
I think it is fine.
If the man who is passed out think that it is okay, then we are going. Very slowly.
Just
All right. Stealth rolls from everybody, if you don't mind.
oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a +0 to
Ooh.
that, so
I have a disadvantage.
You are in heavy armor, and you
No, I know.
make a gentle rattling noise as you walk.
Okay.
So
I'm not
Should've gotten-
complaining. I'm just
no,
Hold
no,
on,
I'm
before I
explaining for the
Okay.
audience why you have
Okay.
disadvantage.
sorry.
if I sprint, I
nervous.
can get out of here.
Should have gotten some dexterity sets.
Yeah. Watch me.
Oh, that would have been such a good roll too.
Let's see. What everybody get?
That's an 8 from me.
I got a 6.
I think I don't know
Oof.
how to roll on.
It's on D&D Beyond.
So on D&D Beyond,
yeah.
Yeah.
if you take a look at your skills, they're that kind of bar, that long bar in the center.
Yeah.
Things like acrobatics and all that. If you
Yeah.
scroll down to the very bottom near your stealth, there'll be a
Oh,
little
I
like
figured it out.
a little number there, and you can actually click
This
those.
motherfucker.
You click those numbers, and that's what'll do the roll for you. So
Yeah,
it takes the dice and it makes the roll for you. So unless you guys are using the extension, you guys have to just tell me what the number was. I trust you guys.
I got a 16.
I cannot believe
16. Okay, nice roll.
I cannot believe I am the only one with a positive modifier on this, and I still got a bad roll.
This is not a sneaky party.
Tragic.
No.
All right. Cecilio, Val, and Ezekiel, as you guys begin to kind of travel a little bit further into the chamber, Valbella's armor makes a rattling noise, and you hear sort of a big snort
Oh god.
from the monster.
Oh, no.
As it kind of stirs and moves. You see tentacles begin to writhe, and all of you freeze as your blood runs cold. And you pause for a moment.
It's like Don't Wake Wiggler in fucking Super Mario Party.
Stop.
And then the snoring resumes as the creature continues to sleep.
Do I want to keep going?
Are we gonna have to roll a stealth check every time we take like 5 steps?
Not quite, no.
Okay.
Alright, let's just keep going for now.
Let's keep going.
We came this far. If we die, well, we die.
There's no way for me to avoid that stealth at disadvantage. much.
All right,
I mean, I could
Cecilia,
take my armor
you
off.
Cecilia, you climb up a stone staircase, further up, rising in this kind of massive square-shaped chamber. Right about now, the creature itself is kind of below you. You're looking down onto it as you arrive at the top of the steps. You can see sort of lined around this chamber old kind of storage devices, sacks and barrels, and an old torch that flickers gently in the darkness. Kind of at the cusp of burning out. And beyond it, you can see that ladder in the center of the platform that you head towards.
The ever tantalizing ladder.
Making your way further along the platform, attempting to be as quiet as possible, but hearing the gentle jingling of Valbella behind you, you arrive at the bottom of the ladder, Cecilia.
Do we want to go up? I feel like we should because
Oh, if you don't go, Valbella's gunning it up the ladder.
Okay, I'll go first.
She's not gonna gun it, but she's
Actually, you know what? You should go first. Go first.
I can't believe
Okay.
I have to wait right now.
okay. Val's going up.
All right. Valbella, you climb the ladder up about perhaps 20 feet until you arrive at the roof of the chamber that you're in. And at the top of it is a wooden trapdoor with a small ring to open it with.
Why is the loudest one going first?
Because she is stronger than I am, and I'm just gonna follow her up the ladder.
I mean, you is
So Valbella, you're at the top of the ladder now, at the trapdoor. What do you want to do?
Open it.
All right. You kind of pull at it a little bit and realize that it is a push, and so you attempt to push, and feel not a lock, but there's something on top of the trapdoor that is very heavy.
Can I strength roll to move it?
You can.
I will strength roll to move. If anyone could do it, it would be me.
Yeah.
All right, strength. How do I do strength rolls? Do I just click my strength modifier?
Yep.
Or would this be a
You
specific?
click your saving throw.
I usually just sort of kind of use them interchangeably between athletics in the skill checks versus strength, but honestly, this is more of a strength check than anything. So
Okay.
just straight strength. That's your +2.
Oh fuck!
What'd you get?
We got a solid 7.
All right. You strain and push at it and kind of get it up only about maybe an inch or two before the weight is too much and it falls back down with a bit of a thud. The rest of you hear that thud ring out in this empty chamber.
My God.
what is going on up there?
Do you want to help me get this thing moving? There is something on top of it.
You think I can help you?
I think I may have an idea myself.
What is your idea?
How tall did you say the ladder is, Jay?
About 20 feet up.
Okay, you might say no to this, but I've heard this is technically how it works before. Could I summon an unseen servant above the hatch to move it?
Above the hatch?
It has a
So it only
60-foot
says
range.
Yeah, it only says within 60 feet. It doesn't say that it can't be behind, like...
I love this.
Let me read the spell one more time.
Loopholes, baby, loopholes.
I'm probably
could've
going to
done
say
it this
no.
Aw, man.
Also, this spell is a verbal component. You'll be speaking out loud.
But I wouldn't be able to do it anyway?
I'm just reading it. One sec.
Okay.
That is interesting. I don't think that's the intention of the spell. I don't think it's an instant unlock every door spell. So I'm probably going to say no if you can't see the place that you're placing it.
Fair enough.
Only because that basically voids the need to ever lockpick a door. But I don't hate the idea. There's some wiggle room. Let me look into it in between now and next session. I'll say no right now, and if I change my mind, I'll let you know. Okay?
Alright.
Because I don't hate the idea, because it does use a spell slot technically, so it wouldn't be the end of the world to let you do it. But I'm gonna say no right now, and then I'll look into it. Okay? Sound like a good
Okay, I do
compromise?
not have an idea then.
Perfect.
Alright. Okay, well then, if we can't get up there, then I think we should just turn around.
We could strength check it again.
I think that would not work.
We
We can just go down the other path and come back tomorrow.
Oh god, if he wakes up this time. I'm fucking furious. Oh wait, question.
Mhm.
Could I perchance move one of the boxes and stand on it and have two of us pushing on the trapdoor at the same time?
It is 20 feet out.
I could try to help with Mage Hand, but I don't know if 10 pounds is gonna do
We
much for
all
advantage.
Stack on each other's shoulders.
I mean, we could.
Yeah, the three of you stacking on your shoulders and Valbella on the ladder, that might be enough distance.
Right.
I don't want to do
How
that.
tall are the boxes? We're getting some math in there.
I'd accept that as the same distance if all three of you stacked. But again, that probably would be an acrobatics check.
If you want to
If
go,
you're gonna
I
do a
think
little
it's fun.
circus show.
It could make
Oh.
for good TV. The circus
Yeah, but
is
like,
in
if
town
but
where
here's
I am.
the thing: if we fall over,
I would-
Albella
I-
won't let that happen.
Yeah, I do not think you can stop it.
I think catching us will be just as loud as letting us fall.
I think we should just come back later.
We are already here.
Yeah, but like we could, but like this
Realize-
thing goes to sleep every day, dude. Like,
I'm
What-
just worried because I
There's-
know I have disadvantage, and if I fucking fail it,
Would I be able
Uh.
to sufficiently like do a help action by pushing out with Mage Hand with her? It is only 10 pounds, so I don't really know.
Only 10 pounds. It probably wouldn't be enough for advantage. I'd maybe give her a +2 maybe or something to the roll.
We can try it, I guess. Come on, one
okay,
more go.
we'll try it again, please, God.
Yeah, I'll.
Yeah, no, it's an 8.
How?
So a 10 then. As a spectral hand appears next to you, Valbella, to help you kind of push a little bit. And the two of you push upwards. And again, get the trapdoor to raise a little bit. And
Is
then
it
the
at all
weight.
possible I could prevent it from dropping?
You could shove your finger in there if you want, but
Oh,
I have gauntlets on. I'll be fine.
okay.
God.
You shove your
And
finger in the
gauntlets.
gap and it pinches your finger.
Mhm.
So it does not fall and make a loud noise this time, but your finger is firmly lodged inside, weighed down by something that feels quite heavy.
How exactly are you gonna get your finger?
Hand pull.
That's a bad idea.
Oh, for sure. But it's a shorter
Thanks.
distance than letting
You
it
may-
collapse on top. What is it, Kim?
never mind.
No, say it. Say it with your chest. Okay, or not.
Okay, are you gonna pull your finger out then?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you pull your finger out, and the sound is a little softer this time.
Thank God.
But
How are you so weak? You are massive.
It is just not in the cards. Of course, literally, I rolled a strength check just for fun, and I got a fucking 20. Anyway, I guess we'll leave.
We still have the other path we can go down to.
Nervous.
Oh yes, but I'm sure if we stacked up, you would be able to stop us from falling over. You're so strong.
Lunette,
Yes.
I am.
can I cast Hellish Rebuke somebody outside of
I
combat?
like what
I
you
am
Nope.
not.
you have to get
I
attacked,
am-
Cecilia.
Yeah, but like that was like a mental attack. So like,
I didn't see any psychic damage.
Not above
I'll take
punching
one
you?
D.
That doesn't know
1D
vicious mockery. So
I
it's
will
just words. They
take
can't hurt you.
1d4 psychic damage.
Sticks and
in
stones
order.
and all that.
Wait, can we? Is this blocked off? Or can we come down this way?
You
We can go down this way.
It's a tunnel.
Okay.
Lunette,
was just
ask
wondering if it was a-
Cecilio, I am not above punching you.
Using your stealth rolls from before, just so you're aware.
Okay.
They're not great, but it's no louder than before, so the creature stays asleep. As you travel further and further, you hear the snoring begin to kind of fade behind you, and eventually you arrive back at the crossroads. Though this time you're over here.
All right. So I say we go down this time.
If there is another monster, I'm leaving.
I think there's only one, so we should be good.
You think?
I don't know. What's life without a little risk?
Adventure, if you will.
Okay, Val, I assumed you were going with.
Yeah. Sorry.
Alright, then this time you take the path that you haven't yet taken, traveling further off into the darkness to investigate the last passage within the sewers. This time you travel for a bit of a longer distance. And then eventually, the first to see it is Cecilio with his dark vision. As you travel along this path, you see a fork in the road. Another tunnel leads off to the side. Though it is a bit lower, you'd have to kind of jump down to the sludge to travel down it. But there is a junction point here ahead of you.
Are we
I don't
going?
fancy getting in the water. So...
It seems like I am the only one that does.
I think you're insane.
Wait,
Hmm.
you
Oh.
fancy going in the water?
I said I
Am
don't.
I glitching out or?
fancy
Okay.
going in the water.
I thought
What?
I was.
Ah,
Well, yes, but Val said she's the only one who does. Do you like it?
I deal with it.
That is not what fancy means.
Jesus Christ! Not another one.
Alright, so ignoring the side path, you make your way further down the platform, traveling deeper into the sewers. Eventually, you kind of hear the sound of rushing water ahead of you as you travel deeper and deeper, and come eventually to the chamber you see before you. The sewer sludge off to your right cascades down a very large chasm, disappearing from sight as you arrive to sort of a large circular room that is the end of this path. Hello?
I do not like the look of this.
you're just sitting there. There is a ladder though.
As you travel a little further along Valbella, you see a ladder off to your left, which stretches further up, like the last one, towards the ceiling.
Okay, I'm getting in it. On it.
Alright, getting in it.
You
He
pull
phased
yourself up the
inside
ladder.
it.
This one's a little taller, maybe 40 feet up, as you climb it, and eventually you reach yet another trapdoor. What would you like to do?
Is it like weighted down? Is it?
You haven't tried it yet.
I'm gonna try to open it.
All right. You push at it, and this one opens.
Thank
Oh.
God.
Maybe tell us what's up there first.
Do you want to poke your head up?
Valbella will poke her head up.
All right.
Valbella's head gets blown.
You poke your head up through the trapdoor and immediately feel the sting of sand and wind against your face. And you find yourself outside.
Oh. Well, this was pointless.
What's
You
up
look
there?
around and can see kind of vegetation growing around this trapdoor, sort of almost hiding it from sight. And
Oh
you
my
look off
God.
further to the south and can just see an endless expanse of desert. Off to your right, as you peek out the trapdoor, north, is just a very, very tall stone wall.
Jay, can I climb back down and pull out my map with, we marked things on it. Can I look at it, please?
You may if you wish.
I wish.
Alright. Then let me just drag you guys to the map. You want the city map, right?
Yeah, the one that we have marked.
Sounds good.
I'm irritated that I didn't realize this earlier. So, the trapdoor that I believe I was failing at opening, it literally just leads to, I am fairly certain it just leads to a little house at the bottom of South Pole.
That's probably a hideout, though.
Uh-huh.
And if it is, then we could just get there without having to go to the refuge pit.
What about that one?
What one?
The one you just climbed up.
This one?
Yes, this one.
Are you like clicking and pointing?
It's this one.
Well, in character. We're standing next to the ladder. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't know what
Just
you're
straight at it.
pointing at.
The
You,
one that's outside.
you didn't tell them what was up that trapdoor.
you
Balboa.
didn't tell us what was up there.
That's what they're trying
No.
to get across.
No, I know, but like I'm confused because like there wasn't an implication. Like I am assuming that
We
they
are
are
talking
actually...
about that dot. That
Yes.
is the dot we are talking
That is the
about.
one.
Well, I
Everyone
didn't
is on the
know
same page now.
that.
Now
Perfect.
you
Great. Thank you.
know.
Okay, it's okay. Oh my god, it's okay.
All right.
This
We're
one
all
just
talking
leads-
about that one.
This one just leads to outside the
Uh-huh.
city.
If you follow that logic, then where the cultists are located, their little chamber is underneath this area here. Like of houses.
And hypothetically, with this, somebody could get out of the city without being seen at the gate.
Yeah, that's probably what they use it for. Smuggling. We got this map from, well, we got this information from the couriers.
Done with the
What
map?
do you know? This wasn't pointless.
We done with the map?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Perfect. All right. You fold up the map and tuck it away.
There was the other entrance or hallway that we did not go down. We could see what that is. Since we already know.
Sure, why not? Let's
Into
go
the
for it.
sludge once again.
Ezekim! There you are. Come on.
Are we back on the map? Because I'm still on the city.
Yeah, no, we're back on the map.
Ugh, roll 20.
It's
You're
very
like,
sexy.
your internet. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Then you make your way back along the tunnel, heading back where you came from. Arrive once again.
Oh my god, Chrome, please.
At the crossroads, stretching off now to your left. And ahead of you.
He saw us and jumps.
It really isn't that bad once you walk through it enough.
I wonder if there's
I
Somebody who
don't-
can do laundry around here.
I
Because
don't want to
these
walk through
need
it
replacing.
enough.
It is
I
not that big.
think you guys.
It is. I think it is. I
Oh my
disagree.
god,
And
do
I'll
you want
stick
me
to
to
wait
carry you
here.
both?
Well, your arms have also been in the sludge now, haven't they?
Yeah, but they're covered in, like, metal.
I'd offer to carry you, but I can't.
He's weak.
Yeah. Or I just don't care
You-
enough. I'd drop you.
This isn't hesitation. I'm just frozen.
I moved you up.
Roll 20 still. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh.
Mm.
All right,
said
one by
roll.
one, one by one, you all hop down into the sewer sludge below, and now at about waist height, wade your way through the slime, carrying on further down this tunnel. And you travel for maybe about only 5 or so minutes down this tunnel, and eventually you see that the room before you, so Julia noticing it first, begins to open up slightly into another circular chamber. And Suits, you're the first to notice this, but this is what you see before you. Another ladder leading up to a stone platform, and vaguely something beyond it.
Because I have no sense of self-preservation, I'm immediately going towards it.
I would like to get out of the water as fast as possible.
All right.
Me too.
Okay.
Is it locked?
Before we touch this, I'm going to
Mm.
cast Divine Sense.
Okay. I won't touch it.
But you're
sounds
scared of a
fun.
little chest?
I've
Bella.
played Bloodborne.
What is Bloodborne?
Okay, so for everybody's reference, Divine Sense, detecting good and evil for a little bit. It doesn't last too long, but you can kind of sense the effects of the Hollow spell as well as the location of any celestial, fiends, undead within 60 feet that aren't hiding behind cover. So you use your Divine Sense, Valbella. You don't actually sense anything from this chest itself in relation to Divine Sense at all. You actually sense a weird vibe from Ezekiel.
This
but
guy gets off weird vibes.
it's very, very gentle. You get this just very, very faint divine feeling from Ezekiel. But other than that, the chest seems relatively harmless.
Oh.
Alright, is the chest locked?
I mean, I'm gonna assume.
You can try it if you wish.
I will
It's
try
got
it.
kind of an old-looking lock sitting against it. Looks a little bit rusty from the moisture in this sewer,
I
and
take
relatively
my
old.
Okay.
I take my Morning Star. Ow.
I want to see if it's actually locked for
It is locked, yes.
Okay. Okay, now you can go out with your morning
Okay.
star.
All right,
Everyone
just
back up.
roll damage against it.
Okay, damage. So would I be rolling for attack then? Yeah. Sorry, that was a stupid question. It's been a
It's motionless, and you guys are not pressed for time, so I'm assuming that eventually you will hit it. So I'm just skipping ahead and not making you roll to hit it. Just letting you
minute.
roll to
guess
damage
what?
it.
I got a 12.
All right, not bad. You smash your Morning Star against the side of the chest, and the old rusty lock, with a loud clang, shatters and falls to the stone floor below.
Okay, I open it. I run back up and open it.
Okay.
Wait, did
Yep.
it open?
The chest itself didn't open, but the lock fell
But the
off.
lock
yes.
is off, so I'm
Okay.
opening it now.
I
Alright.
broke it.
Yeah, I know, but thank you. I'll pay you anyway.
Sutsuli, you pry the chest open. Again, it's very old and kind of rusty, so it creaks kind of as you begin to pry it open.
He struggles a little bit with it.
It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit rusty, so it groans a little bit and kind of resists, but it does open. And when you open it, you see that sort of the bottom half of this chest is filled with gold coins, and sitting on top of them is a piece of parchment that appears to have text across it.
Okay. Well, since I opened the chest, I think I should get the gold.
No.
I'm going to push him out of the way.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm on the side. I'm
Wait
quick.
it. Anyway, I want to pick up the parchment.
Okay, you pick up the parchment. Do you want to read it? I'm assuming
Yes.
so.
Yes, please.
Alrighty. Then you pick up the piece of parchment and you notice that in addition to text across it, you notice that it also has something else on it. Yeah, if you'd like to read for the class, Cecilia, what the note says, here it is.
Read for the class.
Oh fuck!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I think that is none of our business.
I'll read it for the class. Yeah. Do you want me to read it out loud?
Yes,
Okay.
please, for the chat.
All right. All right, gang. So, this note says, this treasure belongs to Oris Irontusk. If you're reading this, it's too late. I know you touched it. I'll find you. Oris Irontusk.
And you notice
So let's
that
take his money.
the bottom left side of the piece of parchment is a large blood stain. It's dried now and
Nice.
kind of dark, but it is very much there.
So, I think that since we
Can
already
I-
we
touched
should
his
just-
money, we should just take it.
Hold on. Can I do another detect magic or no?
You can.
I'm gonna do another detect magic. I should have done this before. Recasting or whatever.
You can do so.
Okay. Time to ritual cast. I'm gonna on the note and the chest.
The note itself, very, very faint magical trace. It seems to be fading.
And that's it.
That's it.
And there's nothing in the chest other than gold.
Just gold.
No sense of self-preservation. I'm gonna take some.
I think I would like to take some gold.
Yeah, I mean, I'm present already.
I literally do not care.
Sure, the magic is fading. Why the hell not?
If it's too late, you might as well just take it.
Yeah, like if we're gonna die, why not die
Might as well
rich?
just say my
I mean, it was probably only too late for the snake here, but no, whatever.
Shut up. It's
No.
racist.
Alright. Taking gold.
Let's split it evenly 4 ways. Jay, how much gold is in the chest?
Don't make Tay do that. He'll get irritated.
I'm literally asking him how much.
Splitting
is in
it
the
4
chest
ways,
so we can
real
divide
easy.
it
There's
by-
100 gold in there.
Yep,
Oh,
25
okay.
each.
Cool.
And if it gets too complicated, you just take
Wow,
out
how
your fucking calculator.
incredibly convenient. It's almost like I designed the
How
gold
interesting.
It's
to split
almost like
4 ways so that we wouldn't have to spend time doing that.
yeah. From now on,
I
Jay
get
is
so
like, these guys talk too much about it, so now I will only put an even amount that is divisible by
Yup.
4. And
Why don't we instead split it 5 ways and I get
I
two shares?
think I'll kill you.
Okay.
I usually make it
Five,
divisible by
five.
4.
For
I just like to
compensation-
mess with Whispers in the Woods so that they have to do math, that's all.
I think I need
I get s-
compensation for being kicked in the face.
I think
That's
that
I've already added 25 gold to my
so have I. So fuck
total,
you.
so
Give me
Well, I
some-
mean, I'm not
Nope.
the one who
Fuck
kicked
off.
him in the face. I wonder who kicked him in the face.
I
Maybe-
literally didn't kick him in the face. I tripped on his like
Yeah,
shirt or
I
whatever.
think you kicked him in the face.
my face has
Just
been
collectively gaslit.
That's exactly what's going on here.
Well,
I'll pull up the VOD.
well, his face has been kicked, and it was
Well,
by
it was
somebody's
not Yes, but here's the thing. I was not the one who kicked his face.
I
Are
don't
you
Somebody
saying I
else.
regularly
there.
get my face kicked?
You
I
look like
was
the guy
there.
who gets your face regularly kicked in.
Yeah, well, you smell like squid, so
Thanks to you.
I think it was karma.
Well, how did you follow the squid if you did not kick
Fucking
it?
For
Yeah,
this
how
kill
did
this
you
bitch.
follow that if you didn't kick my face?
I didn't. I tripped on your fucking shirt.
I
I
think
don't
that
have-
was
I
a kick in
think-
the face.
I think it was a kick in the face.
A foot has made contact with somebody's face, and I believe
But
it
it
was your foot.
wasn't my foot.
Well, then whose foot was it, Squid Boy?
You were unconscious for God knows how long.
Can we
Literally
please
anyone
continue
could've
going?
kicked you in the face.
Please, can we continue going?
Just as
Oh
a,
my
as a
God.
piece of clarification, what'd you guys do with the note? Did you leave it in the chest?
Good
Yes,
question.
I'll put it
I
back in
think
the
I'm gonna
chest.
take the note.
Okay, Ezekiel has the note then.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Just for
As-
safekeeping.
As Ezekiel follows them, I'm flipping him off. I'm walking backwards like this bitch.
Who are you calling the bitch?
Alright, you wade your way back down into the sludge and travel back to the crossroads that you were at before. Still wading in slime.
Let's get out of here.
Oh no, Fabella.
Nope, do
Bella
not
likes
say
she
words.
doesn't.
Sludge.
Do not say words to me.
Alright, Valpel is still continuing in the sludge, and the rest of you pulling yourselves up onto the platform, you make your way back to the four-way crossroads. There you go. Toss you back in the sludge.
You enjoy it?
Please just get out of the sludge.
Do not ask me questions.
I am begging you.
What I think what I'm hearing is you enjoy it.
Do not ask me questions. Are we
I think that was
leaving?
not a question.
I
Okay,
have an
Kazana.
opinion question.
Oh my god, what is your opinion question?
My opinion question is, so the merchant dude we're looking for, I'm presuming was taken at nighttime, correct?
Is your implication that he came here and
No, I'm talking to Luna.
okay. Oh, okay.
Can I
Lynette,
confirm that?
Lynette, you're not quite aware. What the merchant prince told you is that the merchant in question was supposed to show up for a meeting with the merchant prince, didn't, and then the merchant prince looked into it and then found that the person in question was completely gone.
I would not
Oh.
know, but it is possible.
Well, how do we know he didn't just like run away or something?
That is also
I
possible with the hatch we just found.
It is, but my theory isn't that he came down here. My question is, if the cultists come down here to meet or whatever, I'm wondering, they have to come down here at nighttime.
What if
But
we
at the
just, like,
same
hid in
time,
here?
when they come down at nighttime, the dude's here. So the big monster guys. So that's what confuses me. But since we were down here in the day and we didn't see any, either there's a way to get into the cult area that's not through the sewers, or they come down here at nighttime. What I'm
Well,
thinking is,
Do
if
we
you
know what
want
was that area?
houses on the map, it was houses. So
Oh.
either there's some way to get into the sewers through a house, or I stay here and sit there and pretend like if I see one of them, like, "Ayo, guys, I'm also a Yuanti, let me in," or some shit. And I go in and I
That-
find them.
If it's houses,
seems
I think
incredibly
maybe we
unwise.
could also consider that the
Yes.
cults probably have a house, and it could easily be one of those, which we could like access.
Yes, but As of right now,
Or
we
we
don't
could sit
have
in
that
the smelly
permission.
sewer.
It's not
I
you.
don't
I was saying
love the
just. I
smell.
was not saying just. I was not saying all of us. So just me. But
I do not think that is wise.
I don't care. But I think that if we do want to investigate houses, we are going to need to get some sort of official document, probably from the Rangers, to allow us to investigate these people's houses. Because otherwise, a cultist isn't just going to let us in. Like, they're just going to be like, okay, well, shut up. And
Yeah, but like official document from the people investigating them would also probably like scare them away or let them know we're on their
yeah,
trail.
but like, we're not going to be able to investigate houses otherwise.
Well,
Unless we break
Break
into every
sure.
single one of the houses. With our stealth, you serious?
I think I was so stealthy. Even
you
though I got
actually
kicked
were
in
the most
face.
stealthy somehow.
I don't trust putting you in a situation of that importance. I'm sorry,
Now
but we've
hold
just
on
met.
a second.
We've just met. This is.
Yeah, and you wanna know what you did when we met?
I literally did not kick you in the face. We're not talking about this right now. I'm saying. I don't know. If you guys want to do something else, I'm all ears, but this trip, even though I did recommend it, I feel it's been a little bit of a waste. We didn't learn much aside from where people bring their smuggled stuff in and out. So.
Well, Bella could just hide in the sludge and wait for them.
Well,
And
okay.
drown.
First
Yeah.
things first, our purpose with this is just to find out if anyone's coming through here, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have something for that. It's quite easy.
You really should have mentioned that earlier, but yeah, what is it?
Okay, do we have 10 minutes?
Check
No.
non-existent watch. I don't know. I've got a date later, so I don't really think I can hang out here for 10 minutes. Yeah, no.
Okay,
What's up?
Okay, instead I am going to use my I'm gonna use my like one ritual cast that doesn't add 10 minutes for the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I am going to cast Alarm along this pathway.
Gotcha. I'll
which
make
is still
the.
1 minute.
It's what, a 20-foot cube? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, and I'll throw you the prop for it, and you can tell me where you want to put it.
Okay. Now, where to put it is a good question, because we can't get it along both pathways with just 20 feet.
One, two. Oh, that's the
I
last
guess
one.
we can.
There we go.
Oh, no, there we go.
It's extending to these squares too. That's why.
Ah, I see. Ah, yeah, I guess there works if it would detect people on both sides. Is that what I'm getting here?
Here, I'll make it 1 square bigger just so you can see better the representation of it. It's about that big.
Ah, yeah, fair works.
All right. So you kind of choose an area, and you quicken this spell, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and remove its ritual casts, so that you can quickly cast the alarm spell. And for just a brief moment, the rest of you see a soft glow in this area here, which then fades to nothing as Lynette casts the alarm spell.
There we go.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
So we've got until about 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
See if
what time is
anyone
it?
goes through.
Yeah, traveling around, it's maybe about 2 in the afternoon now, so.
So 10, probably.
Okay, that doesn't go as late as I thought, but it might be early enough.
Well, it's still nighttime, so fine by me. But at least we'll know if anybody else besides us is down here.
And you do
And-
not get stabbed by cultists.
Just to clarify,
I'm okay with being stabbed by cultists.
you're designating your gang to not set it off, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I figured you would, but just wanted to
maybe
bring up that
maybe
part
I
as
should
well.
designate the monster to not set it off too, because it might just kind of wander through this cube. What do you guys think?
Because, like, we already know it's down here, so.
Yeah, okay, I'll set the monster.
Fair enough. Yeah, you've seen it. You know it exists, so you can designate it as well. It won't set off the alert anymore.
Okay then.
It's a good plan, actually. I'm impressed.
Well, if anyone comes through here, I will know. Bella's just vibing in some sludge.
All right. So you place your alarm in the area, and what do you want to do?
I guess that's it. I guess we can
Leave! just leave. Just walk out.
Alrighty. Then you make your way back along the path towards, I'm assuming, the refuse pit,
Yeah.
leaving the alarm spell as you left it.
Okay, just one more time. Just one more time.
Nope. You tell yourself it will be the last. You are lying.
You are wrong. You will
I
be down
think
here multiple more times.
My clothes were white at the beginning of my trip. Now they are brown.
Yeah,
There is
a brownie
fact.
green, with a bit of a smell to them. But eventually you arrive at the wooden ladder and pull yourself up it, climbing higher and higher until you're back in the sunlight at the south gate.
Alright. So, in the meantime, I believe
Okay,
that
Donald.
we should. Okay. Well, anyways, I think that we should talk to the Rangers. Just
So.
to get where they are to see if they have any new info. However, Volbella.
Yes. Yellow.
Oh, we're not. The Ranger said that they don't want. They don't want the Scurriers to possibly see us going in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, here's my chicken.
Oh my god.
Chicken. Why are you? Okay.
Continue
anyway,
talking.
we.
Continue talking.
Yeah, I'm staring at your chicken.
There, does that help?
Oh
This is
god.
just an illusion.
Okay, so we could wait until nighttime. Or I can go in there with these two idiots. Because I can disguise myself. Oh.
One thing first, how deep was the sludge, Jay?
Whereabouts?
Like, well, I mean, how far up my clothes would it have gotten
Oh,
when I stepped in?
where you guys were waiting, you didn't dive in like Val did in that larger chamber. So where you guys were waiting, just above your knees.
It's just over 1 foot. I'm gonna clean myself off the prestidigitation.
Yeah, you could definitely do it with prestidigitation. It's not your full body or anything like that. It's not
You-
too extreme.
Oh, I was about to say, can you clean us off?
No.
How
But
much
anyway.
is it worth to you?
You are not seriously doing this right now, are you?
My god. Like I was saying, Volbella, if
Yes.
you want, I can go talk to them with these guys. You can't just. You don't. You don't
What
have a
do you want
disguise.
me
Do you
to
have a
do?
do you have a do you have a
Yes.
spell? Disguise spell?
Yes.
Oh, well then we can both do it, I guess.
Why are we disguising?
Long story, we'll explain it later. But I didn't know whether you had it or not. But since we
Yeah, I
both
do.
had it, we can just both go in
Yep.
there.
Yes,
Is
we
it-
can.
Is
Yep.
this illegal? Are we doing something illegal?
Lynette,
No.
you stopped worrying about illegalities the minute that you joined up with us. I'm
Yeah,
just
we
I
do a
did
lot of
not.
illegal things.
Yes, you did. Let's go. We are going now.
I think we should do this now if we are going to.
We need to
because-
clean off. Because if we don't clean off, then the gunk and things will just transfer onto our disguises.
I guess, yeah. Okay, so we run past everybody. Did we get
I'm
We'll
gonna
we'll pick up with this next session because we're at 3 hours now.
Yeah.
So before we transition to
Dang,
something
Dang, not
else,
a 4-hour introduction for
Yeah.
the newbies?
This
What
is
the
so
heck?
ridiculous.
Ow.
Shame for shame.
so we'll pick up again here.
For the
'Cause
record,
that's
I'll
a
actually
good
clean
pause one.
Ezekim too.
Okay.
I feel so honored.
All right. So Let's go to the theater mind screen. Perfect. Make sure that's working. Alrighty. So, I apologize if there's a lot for our two new members. I know that you're joining in the middle of something, so there's a little bit of a learning curve to kind of pick up on some stuff. So I apologize
was
if you
great.
had to pick up on some of the new things that were going on. But as things progress, I promise you will get more comfortable and understand a little bit more about what's going on. I honestly don't think that Valbella and Sis really know what's going on either.
Yeah, no, we're literally
Yeah,
just
because they
chilling.
both have like +0 intelligence.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
you.
So thanks for joining me. Took a while to kind of rework this, but it's good to be back with it and see how things progress.
Next week, session wise might be a little spotty for me. I'm
You
going on
mentioned, yeah.
vacation. Okay.
Keep me updated. Hopefully
will.
before the Thursday before, just so that I can make an announcement and stuff like that. But if it is Thursday, that's okay too. But just keep me posted, and I'll make sure to adjust things.
Okie dokie.
But yeah, even if we do miss the week, we are still back, so things will still be going forward from week to week, even if we have to miss one here and there.
Okay.
So now the things are rearranged and everything. It's good to be back. The new characters are great. I love them both. So looking forward to spending more time with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, further with the channel, I'm gonna do a little spiel for Ezekiel. Since you're a little new here, I always do a quick little spiel at the end of the stream just to wrap everything up, so that those who are watching with the chat can head out if they're tired. But thank you, Sarah. We have a
You're
Discord
welcome.
for those who wish to join it. It's free for everybody who wants to join. People who are interested in D&D or this world. Don't feel like, even though you're not a
Oh, we don't
player.
have that.
Nope. Even though you're not a player, I actually should add that one. I should add my Twitter link to it. Even if you're not a player or anything like that, if you like the world or anything and want to join a Discord, it's free for everybody. There's fan art and memes and all sorts of stuff. Discussions about all the channels and things like that. So feel free to join up. We also have a VOD channel if you miss any of the VODs and want to go back and check stuff. There's a YouTube channel where I upload all the VODs progressively as we move through the campaign. So every campaign I've run on stream has been there. It's in the About section, so you can check that out. We have a World Anvil, ! Lore in the chat, where you can read more about the living world where all my campaigns take place. We actually had some new pages added there recently about Middlemere, Kael Taihera. Don't get me started, Zeke. You know I can do this for forever. I have infinite
Unlimited
channel points
power!
on my own channel, so don't challenge me. But the World Anvil is basically like a wiki, all about the living world that my campaigns take place in.
I have now posted Lunet's full art on the Discord.
I'll show that for everybody
Oh, cool.
while we're working on giving my ending spiel. I'll show the Lunet art.
Non-binary frag.
There we go. The full body Lunet with the spell book and everything. Very good art. But yeah, so the World Anvil has some new pages. Kael Taihera, Middlemere, Amelina, the new goddess. So check those out if you want. Yeah. Other than that, my Twitter is where I post updates as to whether or not I'm streaming, if I change any days or anything like that. You can follow me there if you want to keep updated with that stuff. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. The next stream will be Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern for more Silversong. Really looking forward to that. And then the other campaigns that we run are Whispers in the Woods on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, this one, which may or may not happen next week. I'll make an update about that when I am aware of it, which is, of course, Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah. Other than that, that's all I have to say. Does anybody else have anything to add?
Poop.
No.
Oh my god.
Okay, great contribution. Thank you.
Yes,
That was
very, very
truly
good.
what we needed to end the stream.
Yes.
I had to make myself silly for a little bit.
There's a last little thing for chat. This is unrelated to this campaign, but there is an exclamation mark Silver Song now, just so you know. So if you
Oh
want to
my
read
god, Silver Song takes place 5 years before the timeline? I didn't know that.
it does. They're in the past. They're before everybody else.
Oh no.
They are the OGs.
Oh no.
Oh no.
They run into all of our
We're
characters as
in
babies.
danger.
Don't worry, they're on an isolated island kingdom. They can't affect that much.
Okay.
I just needed to set it then for reasons that I can't talk about.
Ooh, spoilers.
You could tell me because I'm
Nope.
never going to ever catch the VODs.
That's a shame. It's a really good campaign.
Oh
is.
no, I'm sure.
I only
I
caught
have
a little
I
bit
can't
of it, and I
believe
really
you're
liked
so
it.
rude,
So-
Valbella. Oh my god.
I
Good.
am. I literally
Say-
have no time for anything. The only reason I have time for this is because I schedule it.
It's a fantastic group. So tune in for more Silver Song on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. They are a very fun group, and that'll be a really fun campaign. In the Kingdom of Middlemere, based on medieval Ireland. So lots of Irish accents if you want to hear that.
Oh gosh.
But other than that, that's all I have to do for tonight. So I suppose I will say goodnight. And
SMH Val, just be available every day, non-stop, because you have a life. right?
Big
So you
funny, I'm
are-
so
Well-
broke right now.
take care, everybody, and have a good night. I will
Good
see you
night,
all on
chat.
Monday.
Bye.
We're sorry.
That was a perfect place to end it.